Hello everyone and welcome to another YouTube Live Q&A session, the last YouTube Live Q&A of 2017. So happy holidays everyone. Hope you guys have had a great holiday break. For those of you who are on break or for those of you hustling, keep going. My name is Roberto Blake, helping you create something awesome today. So welcome back to the channel, and for those of you who are new, welcome. We're going to be doing something interesting today. We're going to be doing a host of YouTube channel reviews via Super Chat. So you guys have a couple of more minutes to go ahead and get in your request for channel reviews. I see that we already have a ton of them here. Thank you for some of those great Super Chat donations. I see that we have Eric, we have Bluest Arts, we have Jiggy Pepper, Yaki Snacky, that sounds like an interesting channel. Sean Allen, who else? George Acosta, Kicks Art, Dave Killerish. So we've already are off to a tremendous start here. Thank you so much for that. And in the meantime, there are some of you who are not, and we got across the board, thank you. There are those of you who aren't going to necessarily want to do channel reviews today. We're going to be doing quite a few of them, and I'm going to try and keep them as concise and to the point as possible to give people the most value and the most opportunity. But before we jump into the actual channel reviews today, I want to give some of you a chance to ask your questions for the next, let's say, 20 minutes. I want to take your questions for about the next 20 minutes regarding how to grow a YouTube channel. I'd like those questions to be not generic if possible. I would like them to be more challenging questions in nature. I'd like them to be something specific. None of the, oh, I can't get views, or oh, I'm such a small channel. Like, that's generic and that's not a real problem. I would remind you guys that Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD, has 5 million subscribers today. 8 years ago when he got started, he had to do 100 videos to get his first 74 subscribers. So if you're a small channel and you've done 10, 20, 30 videos and you're crying because you have 100 subscribers, 200 subscribers, cry me a river. All of you say that it was easier to be on YouTube 7, 8 years ago, but that kid crushed it. He's at 5 million now, and he did 100 videos, and they're still up to this day to get to his first 74. I don't think a lot of you have the stomach for that. I'm just being real with you. That might not sound encouraging. That might, some of you, oh, you're so discouraging, you're so negative, but I'm being real with you. Maybe everyone won't be real with you. It takes so much work and so much effort. And maybe now it's much more competitive, but you have to remember, back then, no one was on YouTube. So I would argue it wasn't that much easier. PewDiePie, I think, did like 100 videos to get his first 1,500. Like, it was hard. And there was nobody to give you YouTube advice back then. And there's nobody who had done it, quote unquote. And so, and all the people were already big. Smosh was already big, and so on and so forth. So, again, I want to keep your questions to something non-generic, and I want to keep that focused. Why would someone be calling me right now? Anyway, maybe I need to like do something to put myself into like do not disturb mode. Right? Like, is there a thing for that? Is that a thing? I just put it in airplane mode. There we go. Live, ladies and gentlemen. When you do live streams, you get chaos. So, let's take some of your questions. Oh, we also got Tube questions. They're just tossing me $5 for support just because. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Let's see. We got another super chat here from Blue Lions TV, a Chelsea channel. Okay, cool. Cool deal. Like, thank you guys again for all the support in YouTube. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the views. And also, I'm gonna tell you some hacks too while I'm at this. So let's answer some of your questions. Let's see what you guys got in terms of questions. Let's see. How should I record my 3DS without a video capture card? All right, so this is an interesting question. So this is, I guess, a gaming channel. Somebody with a Nintendo 3DS and you don't have a video capture card. To be honest with you, it'd be very difficult to record your 3DS, if not impossible, without a video capture card. or without, I don't think you can download a mobile to screen sharing app for it. So I think that that's a problem. And I don't think it has a screencasting option. So the reality is you will need to get a video capture card. The Elgato game capture, I think, is less than $100 right now. In fact, let me just check Amazon and see how much the Elgato game capture is. The Elgato game capture should be like $100. I was able to work even as a kid and save up $100. So I don't think that's a barrier. I think that like if $100 of an investment to do something for your YouTube channel is too much, you might be really early to YouTube, and you might be being too fancy. But like an Elgato game capture, or even one of the other variations of that in terms of a decent video capture card, Elgato probably being the best one if you're a gamer, is about $150. And there are other video capture cards that are around $50. So you can save up and you can get this done. And that's what I think you have to do if you want to do video capture of your Nintendo 3DS or any of your video game stuff. I think that you have to be willing to take that hit and put $100 into it. And again, I used to make that mowing lawns. It can be done, my friend. There's some other off-brand stuff for $65, but I don't think it'll be as good. The standard in the gaming community is the Elgato, so that's where I would go. Solid question. I like that it was more challenging. Cloud8 Plays says, how do you wake up your fan base? So I guess what you're saying is maybe you're not getting the view to subscriber ratio that you would like, and you want to activate your fan base. I think you have to do things early in the video that challenge them and that wake them up. I think you have to be active in other social platforms. I think you have to do things to constantly keep their attention. And I think that you have to be visually interesting aesthetically. And that's why I put together things like the YouTube starter kit. Also, let me just open up a window because I'm getting stuffy in here because it's warm. There we go. That's going to be better for me, especially for one of these long streams. So I would say that being visually interesting matters. I would say also tapping into trends that your audience cares about matters. Some people wake up their audience by doing giveaways. I don't believe in that for giving away like Amazon gift cards and things of that nature. I'm not so against it if other people want to do it. I just don't believe that it really is the right intention and works. But if you want to give away merchandise or something that matters specifically only to someone who's a super fan of you, the only reason they would care is if they're a fan of yours versus someone generic, then that could wake up your audience, your fan base, your crew. So that's the direction that I would go with it. But I also think that you could stand out with your visuals, and that could help. Jake and Logan Paul changed their visuals when they wanted to scale in YouTube. They changed their titles and their thumbnails. But speaking of thumbnails, want to remind you guys, and I'm going to extend it to the end of January, but the YouTube starter kit is on sale. For those of you not familiar, the YouTube Starter Kit is not a YouTube course. A lot of my homies have great YouTube courses, and you should definitely check them out. But I did something different. So it's not a YouTube course. The YouTube Starter Kit is 100 templates and resources for your YouTube channel, including thumbnails that I designed based on the top YouTube trends that could help you. Whether you want to do a 20 facts thing, you want to do music stuff like, Trap City or whatever. You want to do anything that is like follows trends. You have a business channel. You want to do episodes. Anything that you could think of, I've done thumbnails. You want to do a reaction channel? I've got probably some of the better thumbnails for that. You want to do channel artwork for your YouTube channel that looks good? I've got good YouTube channel artwork. I've done all the work for you in Photoshop. If you bought these things, they'd be $5, $10, $20 a piece bare minimum. So I put $1,000 of value into this thing. It's usually $100, $99. It's on sale until January 31st. It is on sale for 50% off right now. there is a discount code in the description. If you want to grab that, you're going to get like 100 templates. You're going to get a list of 100 free fonts that you can download directly. You're going to get 100 ideas for your YouTube channel. You're going to even get some royalty-free background music, plus a list where you can grab hundreds of music downloads for free so that your YouTube channel can look good, sound good, so you can style it, so you can make it more interesting, and so that if you're a new channel and you need to be competitive, this will give you an edge. And if you're saying, well, Roberto, I can't afford Photoshop, you can get a 30-day free trial of Photoshop and Affinity Photo if you want to buy it, $50, and it's competitive to Photoshop. Or GIMP is free. It's open source. I'm even going to add something to this. I'm going to add some Canva assets for those of you who just don't want to learn software and you want to use Canva. I'll make some resources specifically for those of you who are Canva users too, so you can get on this. So if you go to awesomecreatoracademy.com, there's a discount code and a link in the description, and you get 50% off, and I think it could help you. I think it can give you an advantage. Yes, it's my product. Yes, it's somewhat of a plug for my product, but I'm giving you $1,000 in value for a fraction of the price. Probably want to jump on it while it's on sale. So let's go back to some of your questions. Let's see. We've got here, any slots still available for channel reviews? Yup. We still got a few slots, not that many. Funtastic Craft says, how will net neutrality affect new YouTubers? Initially, it won't. In the long run, I don't think for sure it will. We'll have to wait and see. If you'd like, you can watch my video on net neutrality. I talk about my thoughts on this. It's one of my more recent videos, unless you're watching the replay, and then it might be a super old video. But net neutrality has a lot of nuance to it. It's a long conversation. That's why my video on it is like 40 minutes, and I cover a lot of ground. But I'm more worried about people in the future of YouTube that might be doing political commentary or news coverage having issues after net neutrality is repealed versus YouTube in whole in general. And so it's a wait and see, and we'll have to look at what the states do. So I don't think that it will be immediately devastating for YouTubers. I don't know long term what the repercussions play out to be. I'm keeping a moderate point of view on this of I don't like that net neutrality got repealed. We got it. We had a version of it in 1996. Everyone says this is an Obama era regulation. It's not. And it was also reintroduced under the Bush administration. Net neutrality is nuanced. It's complicated. Most people talking about it are wildly uneducated on it. And so it's a big conversation. I think that it'll be interesting to see what happens in the coming, like, let's revisit net neutrality and what's happened in about a year or two, and then in another 2 or 3, and see where we're at. What's the cheapest capture device for an Xbox One? I wouldn't worry about what's the cheapest. I would say get an Elgato game capture for $150. Grim Gaming, like, guys in general with investments and things, and I know some of you are strapped for cash. I didn't start YouTube with a lot of money. I didn't have a lot of money. My friend Sunny Laraduzzi started YouTube with a $70 camera and no tripod. She used books, okay? Like, you don't have to have a ton of money, but do not play the cheap game when it comes to investing in this thing, because you're going to put so much time into it, and it's going to be so much more painful and soul-crushing if you have to jury-rig cheap stuff all the time versus just saving up a little bit longer and getting the good thing. So don't cheap out and get like a $50 video capture card. Just buy the $120, $150 one. You'll be happier because you'll know it works, it'll be reliable, and you will have other people out there who know how to use it, and you know you'll have the standard for what you're doing. Just trust me on this. It feels much better. A lot of times I've had to buy things more than once and over because I cheaped out on them, and I stopped doing that. I just buy what I know is good. I may not always buy the most expensive thing. I buy the brand that I know is the right brand and is good, and that most people can vouch for. That's how I did everything. I mean, the audio from this is on a $60 microphone that's still amazing, which is the Audio-Technica ATR 2100, and it's still a baller microphone on a budget. But it is also a brand that you can trust, has a lifetime warranty, and it's one of the better products out there. So that's where I would go with that. Yep, Katie Zupan says that Photoshop is only $10 a month through Adobe, so it's totally a skill you should learn for your channel. Could not agree more. It's me, Merlin says, how about partnerships? Please give info on that. Partnerships? Are you talking about sponsors or the YouTube channel partner program? I need clarity on that. If you're still wanting a YouTube channel review, we have a few slots open. I see that Zach Tech Reviews donated to the super chat, donated a big whopping $50. Thank you so much, Zach. We see Financial Information did. He says, I bought your Photoshop package to include them in some of my thumbnails. Great value. Most places sell a thumbnail for $20. Also, you'd like a channel review. Done, my friend. So we got that. I think that this one, I don't know which currency this is, but I think it translates roughly to the $25 bracket. So thank you, the clumsy super capty. Happy holidays, Roberto. Glad I'm back here in my hometown. Super chat is active here. Learned a lot from you. Hope I can get my mini channel review. Learn more in the process. Absolutely. So I think we're coming up on how many super chats for reviews we're going to do. I think we're reaching that limit that I said. If I think I said I'd only do about 20 of these. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 6 slots left for the last YouTube channel reviews. Oh, was that another one that came through? Yeah, we have 6 slots left for the YouTube channel reviews. Instructions are in the description for those of you tuning into the stream. Let's see. What, Clover Tax said something. Clover, you're going to have to ask your question again because I think I lost it. Clover, by the way, also thank you always for the support here on the channel. But I think I missed your question. That was cool. Trick says, hello, can you take a break from net neutrality and talk about SEO in the Android store? SEO in the Android store is something that I'm not super educated on. In general, I believe it works the way that Amazon does with Amazon FBA or fulfillment by Amazon, which works very much like a product listing based thing, which is more inventory based, which is very close to what YouTube and Google do. So again, there are a lot of assumptions I can make about SEO for the Android store, but I'm not going to, and I'm not going to get super deep into it until I do more research because I usually prefer not to talk about things that I'm not educated on. So let's see. HD says you can record videos straight from Xbox and PS4 without a video capture card. Yes, that's true, and you should. If you're a gaming channel, you should look more into that. But if you want to do it from handheld devices and other things and things like the Nintendo Switch, then you'll definitely want to do that. Also, I moved on my second screen where the chat is so that I can see it, so that it's not as awkward, so that it actually looks like I'm looking at this, so it's a much better effect. So sorry about that, again, in the replay for you folks. Again, live, so that's cool. Let's see. Go Barber 2 says, I have a kid-friendly entertainment channel. I do different types of videos in this genre, gaming skits, vlogs, etc. How do I do different types of videos and keep as many people coming back as possible? See, this is hard with variety channels and diversity channels. It depends on whether or not there's crossover with your core audience around a theme. So a theme lets you do different things, but not always. So I think that that's very challenging. I think you'd have to look at a channel in your niche that's doing it successfully, and then I think you'd have to work backwards from there to see what is acceptable to the market. So I think that, you know, that's a practical thing to do. Let's see. What strategy should I use to grow my graphic design channel? Joby Wagner. To grow your graphic design channel, you have to decide whether or not you're trying to make videos for other or future graphic designers, or whether you're trying to make videos for the general public to help them understand what graphic designers do or whether you're making a channel to get graphic design clients. All of those things are different. So I would think that you would have to make a strategy that's predicated on your goals specifically. So I can't answer that with generic advice because it depends on who your audience is. Is it other graphic designers? Is it the general public? Or is it people who are going to be your design clients? Your strategy will be based entirely on what you're trying to accomplish. So that's what I would say. Video gone viral. How do I grow my YouTube channel? Plain and simple. Watch every one of the 200 plus videos that I've done on this channel out of the 1,000 plus videos that I've done explaining how to grow your YouTube channel. Plain and simple. Let's see. What are your thoughts on using copyrighted music in videos? Bluest Arts, it's unnecessary. There's no upside to using copyrighted music. No one cares if you have Kesha or Rihanna because they don't know that when they click and it doesn't do anything for you except get you demonetized or copyright striked. There's no upside to it. Now, if you want to use 2 or 3 seconds of it for a bit in a skit and take that risk, you can. You can usually get away with about 3 seconds or 5 seconds. So like if you're doing something and then there was a part of Kesha that was like, wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. You could probably get away with that if there's nothing else after that, just for the bit. So that, and then you break it up with other things. And I would still tweak the speed on that so that it's not exact. So like, other than that, I think there's no real reason. I don't think anyone cares. I didn't use copyrighted music in my YouTube videos, and I got to 250,000. Sarah Dietschy didn't use copyrighted music in her stuff as a vlogger and as a tech reviewer, and got to like 250,000. Like the Paul brothers didn't really use any copyrighted music for most of their stuff, so I don't think it matters. Sizzling Production, what's a free way to advertise your channel besides social media? Get your own website or get people to cover your content on their website. But social media is the most practical way. I don't know why you'd avoid using social media. It's the most practical thing. Fantastic Craft says, how can I encourage my viewers to comment more? Give them a reason to comment. Ask them a question 1 minute or 2 minutes into your video and tell them that you'd love to have their thoughts. Pin your own question to the top of your comment section. Those things have helped me get a lot more engagement and get people to comment more. Armacia says, Affinity is a one-time payment with just as much functionality as Photoshop for everyone who has a little Sam Walton in their head. Yeah, I mean, if you have to be cheap, Affinity is a fantastic product. I don't think it's a Photoshop killer, but it's good. It's more than good enough. It's really fast, it's really strong, and you can do a lot with it. Are you a full-time YouTuber? YouTuber is a ridiculously lucrative side hustle that, for me, I make more than a lot of people who claim to be full-time YouTubers overall, but I also do very well with my channel. I could do this full-time. I think that, look, I'm going to be real with you. I don't want you guys to think about becoming a full-time YouTuber. I want you to figure out how to make money on the internet so that you can do YouTube without worrying about making a living off of YouTube. Because if you guys try to make money off of YouTube, if you try to live off of YouTube AdSense, YouTube will change the rules like they did with the adpocalypse stuff, and then you'll be devastated when 70% of your ad revenue dries up, and then you'll be crying, and then you'll be wondering if you have to get another part-time job. Hashtag real talk, hashtag too harsh, but it's the truth, because look what happened to a lot of people who wanted to do the full-time YouTuber thing, wanted to live off of YouTube, right? Now, I can theoretically, look, I mean, you guys have seen the analytics. Like, I do like $3 or $4 grand a month on AdSense and the stuff or whatever, right? But that's not my full-time income or what I live off of YouTube. But it's better than most people. The median salary in the United States of America is $40,000 a year. If I add in YouTube ad revenue, sponsorships, and ridiculously lucrative affiliate marketing stuff, then I do wildly better than that. Okay, that's not counting my consulting business, and then that's not counting everything that I do at Awesome Creator Academy. That's not counting my speaking engagements. I make a living on the internet more than I make a living on YouTube. Could I make a living on YouTube? Probably make more than the median salary of over 60 to 80% of Americans, but that's not the point. and that doesn't work for everybody, and you shouldn't be striving for that specifically, because it's wildly, but you'll make $100 doing any of the number of things I talk about in my how to make money online videos, my how to make passive income online videos, how to make a digital product, how to make an online course. You'll make $100 faster than you'd ever make trying to get YouTube AdSense. So I kind of want the narrative of being a full-time YouTuber. I understand why people want it, especially young people who haven't developed a career skill or anything yet like that. I get it, but I just feel like it's so impractical. It's so dangerous because you don't control the platform. You don't control the advertising spend. You don't control the rules. Advertisers bid in an auction. Advertisers can do a boycott. You might not get ads versus somebody else. Your ad CPM, you have no way of controlling it. I just don't believe in it. I just don't believe in the full-time YouTuber dream. And again, it sounds harsh or it sounds bad as somebody who's made money on YouTube, could make a living on YouTube, theoretically makes some money on YouTube, a living on YouTube, but makes more money in their real business. You know, it sounds bad for me to say, but it's just the truth, guys. And I just like, more than anything, I want to be honest with you. I want to give you guys practical positivity. I want to tell you the truth. I want to do the raw cheerleading that I see so many people on YouTube do. And it's nothing against those people. And I don't want to sit there and be like, oh yeah, you can do this too. And YouTube is so great and amazing. It is, and it's an opportunity, but it's an opportunity to leverage technology, attention, and your voice and build a brand or even a real business and to attract opportunity to you. I want people to stop trying to look at it as a way to make fast money and look at it from the big picture point of view, because it could put a few extra dollars in your pocket, but I never went from, oh, I can stop doing this and just be a YouTuber now. I was always focused on using YouTube initially to grow my freelance business, then my consulting business, my personal brand, my speaking engagements, and I've still used it that way. I've never put YouTube first. Like, the reason that PewDiePie and iJustine and Philip DeFranco and people like that blew up and got big, I'll be real with you, they put YouTube first. They worked their day job and they worked their side hustle and they put YouTube first, and they put YouTube always. And that's what blew them up and got them big, and they had hardship and tough times until it became wildly lucrative for them, and then they were able to go into it full time. None of the apocalypse stuff happened before they got big, and they had a tremendous opportunity and benefit from it, and bravo to them for that. It was a different time. It was a different era. You're living in the new reality of YouTube. If you look up to those people, you cannot do what PewDiePie did. You have to reverse engineer what would make somebody successful in that arena today. You can't rely on how exactly those people did it then, because the landscape has changed. The financials around YouTube has changed. The culture has changed. The marketplace has changed. And so I would say that there are more people who have been successful by doing online entrepreneurship and ventures and making six figures around that than have made six figures by doing YouTube full time in a sustainable way that also doesn't burn them out. So I think that if you had a product or service or a merchandise play that you were doing that you would make more money, especially faster, it's easier to make $100 by plugging your merch on YouTube than it is to make $100 in ad revenue, by far. It is much easier to make $100 selling merchandise than it is to make $100 on ad revenue. And that's just the truth. And again, people will not tell you that because it drags on the YouTuber dream that people love to promote. So, I mean, I'm just going to be real with you. Is there any other way to make money on YouTube, says Austin. Yeah, I did a video on 10 plus ways to make money on YouTube. Video gone viral. How many times should I upload a week? As many times as you can that doesn't sacrifice quality. As many times as you can that doesn't burn you out or interfere with your actual life. Sabby BGTV says, how can I increase subs faster? 50 a day now. Increase distribution. And then consider the fact that not every video will drive subs. Audit your channel, go into your analytics, see which videos are driving subscribers, and make more videos similar to the ones that are driving subscribers. Or if you have videos that are getting you subscribers, increase traffic to those videos by plugging that more in social. Cad Dad says, Roberto, why is AdWords so touchy? They won't run any ads for me. Why? I really need your help on this. They have their methods, they have their standards, they have their reasons. You cannot control the AdWords system, and you have no idea what they'll ever do, and that's why I don't recommend relying on that. So that's, that's what I would say about it. What about Facebook, Twitter, Instagram? Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are wildly practical ways to help not only grow your YouTube channel, but build your personal brand. And I think you have to have a strategy for using each of them. Superhuman U says, hey, your last channel review helped me a ton, almost to 100K. Oh, congrats on that, Superhuman U. Awesome. Carson T. Garden says, is there certain things you can do on your YouTube channel to get out there on YouTube, like how to get YouTube to find you? I've talked about this. There are tools like TubeBuddy and Morning Fame. I've linked them down below for you guys. Those are affiliate links that do help out the channel. But on TubeBuddy, if you use Roberto's Buddy as your code, tubebuddy.com/awesome, use discount code Roberto's Buddy, you get 20% off. There's a new tool from Morning Fame that is actually really interesting that I can bring up. So Morning Fame is one of the other tools besides vidIQ and TubeBuddy that I utilize, and they have this new keyword research tool, and I'm gonna try and increase the size of my screen here to try to help you guys out. So like, what if I type in like personal branding, because like that's something I make videos about, right? I'm not a YouTube advice channel. I'm a creative entrepreneurship channel. YouTube is a very practical platform for anyone growing a business or a brand, right? But again, I keep preaching that, and people, whatever. But so I typed it in, and it gave me like some stuff in, choose a target keyword and common keywords and uncommon keywords. And I don't see the one that I really, 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 really want here, which is, again, here it is, personal branding. So I'm going to choose that, move to step 3. No videos found that match a certain term, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just going to click on branding and choose that as the targeting keyword, but I'm going to change it. So it says that I have a lot of subscribers for that. It says not a lot for relevancy, but this is where I'm going to change it to what I really want to target, which is personal branding. And so I'm going to do the keyword research there, and then all of a sudden it says, hey, compared to the competition, I have more subscribers than most channels that talk about personal branding. In terms of views, not as much, traffic volume. But in terms of engagement, likes and comments, I do much better than the average channel. And then in terms of relevancy for opportunity to rank for this, I have a B. So all of a sudden we know that for personal branding, I can do really well. And then it's showing me some other videos that rank for personal branding. And oh, look, there's me with the video that I did a couple of days ago. There's Gary Vaynerchuk. There's Lewis Howes. So I'm like, okay, cool. I want to do a video about personal branding. So now it says that just off of having the title personal branding, it says that my relevancy is a D, right? But if I go ahead and I start typing, I type personal branding can really help you promote your products and services. Building a personal brand is practical despite criticism against personal branding being more prevalent today. And again, I'll just do spell check later or something like that and fix that prevalent. Like, there we go. Grammarly. Thank you. So, all of a sudden you see something that makes really sense. All of a sudden, oh, boom. Just by writing a 3-line description that makes sense, talking about personal branding, I'm like, let's talk about how to build your personal brand. Leveraging content marketing. All right, so like this is something that if I read it out loud makes sense. Personal branding can really help you promote your products and services. Building a personal brand is practical despite criticism against personal branding being more prevalent today. Let's talk about how to build your personal brand leveraging content marketing. So all of a sudden, you see a theme here. Massive opportunity for me to rank for this, and we haven't even put in tags yet. Just having it in the title. Personal branding. How personal branding can grow your business. All of a sudden, you see the wild difference that this makes and how it's highlighted here repeatedly in the search in terms of relevancy. I'm going to crush people for relevancy on this topic if I go with this content for my YouTube video. It made some recommendations here. I'm going to crush these recommendations because a lot of them don't work and don't make sense and I don't really need them. So here we go. And then I'm going to put in some new tags. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take how personal branding can grow your business. And I'm going to literally make that one of my tags. And so you can see all the relevancy and all the things I get out of this. I could literally stop here and be okay, but I'd probably put like more things in here. So again, this is the like keyword research tool in Morning Fame. And it's a tool I haven't shown you guys before because this is a new one. I have a link down in the description if you want to grab Morning Fame. I think it's like $5 a month. And you can use this to optimize your videos. You talk about wanting to break out and be discovered. Look at that. I went from like no relevancy in this thing to just doing some very practical things. You guys have asked me how to tag a video before. I literally just showed you how to do a title, description, and tag and how it becomes immediately relevant. I showed you like the 4-step process that Morning Fame walks you through on that. So now all of a sudden you can see how that works. So that's how that tool works. And I hope that that answers that question. Do you have an LLC? Yep, I do. Trademarked it and everything. Good question, Harris. Let's see. Someone asked if it's too late for a channel review. I think I have 3 more slots for channel reviews for the biggest super chats left. So there's that. Addicted to Profit says, I need to outsource this. It's just too much for me with all I do. Addicted to Profit, if you do need to outsource that, then you should reach out to me on Twitter, DM me, or email me, and I might be able to have somebody on my team do it. We might be able to work that out. So just get a hold of me for that. Let's see. The Endeavoring family says, I love what Nico has done. What Nico has done with Morning Fame. I'm on the early release stuff now. Yep. Like Morning Fame is amazing. Let's see. YouTube's SEO is about what Google was doing in 2009. I hope they get their YouTube stuff caught up soon. Yeah, it kind of is in that direction. For my trademark stuff for my business, I went through LegalZoom. I recommend that. Jin Guy says, if a video gets very few views, should you delete it and try something else? I don't believe in deleting data. So I would unlist it if anything, but I think in the early days of your channel, it doesn't matter if it got views. Ken of Jimmy Changa Anime says, I've recently finished my classes and will be uploading again soon. No channel review for me, but your opinion on my header would be appreciated. If we can get to it toward the end, Ken, I might do that for you real quick. SF says, I'm building an online course, how to get my YouTube subscribers to buy it. That could be difficult. That could be challenging. I don't know that YouTube is the best place for selling a course. I think it could do well for selling products, but for courses, it's harder because again, YouTube has a culture of a lot of people in general that might be young or might be more in the entrepreneur space. So I don't necessarily know. Now there are people who can do it successfully. I think you have to do what's called passive selling. I think you have to create a lot of value, and then I think you can go from there. So um, that matters. All right, so let's see. Based on what I'm looking at here, we have two more slots for YouTube channel reviews. So, look in the description for the rules around that, and that could definitely be help. Miovo says, how do I get Roberto Blake to notice me? You just did. I would have used that for a much more practical question, though. Them's the breaks. Shelly Saves the Day says, I've had videos hit after several months. Sometimes the views don't come right away. That's absolutely true. The only video on my channel to go to 1 million views never went viral. It got most of its viewership 6 months after I uploaded it. It went from having about 100, not even 100,000, like 60,000 views. And then over the course of 6 months, it added like over 1 million views on top of that. And so you don't know. And the video only got 3,000 views the first day. So many people in YouTube like to razz me because I do how-to content and I don't sit there and I don't churn out literally the same thing that landed and got me the most views day after day like most YouTubers do, which by the way, that's the formula for success. If you got something that works and goes big and you just spam the hell out of that thing that worked and went big, guess what? You'll grow a YouTube channel because viewers, like, again, I like, and no disrespect to anybody, viewers are a little on the fickle side. Viewers aren't always very, very nuanced, and they like what they like, which means if you keep supply and demand and keep doing supply and demand, guess what? You will grow a YouTube audience relatively quickly once you have one thing that hits. If you do that thing a bunch of times, like a lot of friends of mine has done, it will grow your channel exponentially very quickly. Now, grinding and getting something to stick is hard, and then it's a matter of, well, is what got me all those views, is it something I can repeat, or is it a one-hit wonder? So that becomes a problem for a lot of people. But that's the path to fast growth, which I don't believe in really. I know it works, so I just don't want to do it. It burned me out. I'm not a fan. I don't like it. And that's just me, though. That's my personality. If you're a 15-year-old kid, do it. Like, whatever, right? But, like, I go more the route that the other people who do tutorials, people like Jared Polin, awesome YouTuber in the photography space, people like Ted Forbes, Tony and Chelsea Northup, my friend Evan Carmichael, who recently hit 1 million, Gary Vaynerchuk, who recently hit 1 million. I'm more in that camp of people doing a massive amount of quality and quantity that will have long-term exponential game in the long run, and I take short-term loss up front in exchange for the long-term value, so that I'm playing a different game. But then that's where I tell you, use the example of other people in your niche who did this. I do the case study and analyze it for you, and then I say do that, because there are things you should do that I'm doing. Not all of them will work or apply to you because of what's radically different. That's why I review different channels. I interview different people. For those of you who are gamers, I've got like a 20-minute interview with Bijou Mike, who went from using my tactics. He went from like 1,000 subscribers to like 750,000 in just 2 years, in a time when YouTube gaming was already saturated. I think that he's the next Markiplier. Like, he's doing his own thing, but I'm talking about in terms of scale. Give it a couple of years, because he's on the road to 2 million in under 3 years. He's on the road to 1 million in under 3 years, and then after that, everything's a formality, and he'll scale and grow off of that 1 million. There's only so many gaming channels with 1 million, so he will be wildly successful. And so that interview is coming out soon. Podcast on animation channels, that could be interesting. I would be interesting to see what your execution might be. Zach Tech Reviews, if you want to do Morning Fame, I think that my link should get you an invite. So there's that. Fun and Budget Act. $100 wants a YouTube channel review. You've got it. Wow, that is the biggest super chat we've ever done. Addicted to Profit says, I have a 110K video that has gained steam, but I can't get the rest to do so. I'm a picker and I'm sitting on a 250K in merch, but my cash is beyond low. I need YouTube to take off bad. Like, YouTube's not a fast cash grab, dude. Like, you can't just say, oh, I need YouTube to take off and then do this, do that, and have YouTube take off. It really, really doesn't work that way. So, like, I don't know what to tell you there. Round Ball Film says, Roberto, are you familiar with Jim Rohn's 70-30 financial plan? Yeah, I am. I have my own variation on what the execution of that looks like. So I think we've actually, between that and Corey Jones just asked for a channel review, and Trooper McTrooper asked for another one. So guys, channel reviews are closed. We're out of slots. Channel reviews are closed. Spread the word. Channel reviews are closed. So now we're going to get to jump into those channel reviews. Why is it still so hot in here? I have the... there we go. Maybe that'll help. Actually, this will help dramatically. So, we're going to hop into the YouTube channel reviews. We're going to crush these out. But before we do, a word from our sponsor, which is me. So before we hop into the YouTube channel reviews, I want to remind you guys real quick that you can grab the YouTube Starter Kit. For those of you not familiar, the YouTube Starter Kit is a product that I put together. It's not a YouTube course. It is over 100 assets, downloads, and resources for you to be able to make your YouTube channel better. The thing that's going to make your YouTube channel better. You want to get subscribers. You want to get that. You need to get views. What gets you views? Awesome thumbnails. Awesome thumbnails get you views. Awesome channel artwork gets you views. You want more engagement. Lower thirds, flyouts, graphics can help with that. You want people to take your channel seriously, really good YouTube channel artwork can help you accomplish that. So I've already done the work for you. You'd have to spend $5, $10, $20 a piece on these kind of Photoshop assets. I'm giving you 100 of them for $100. Plus, I'm also including a list of fonts that you can download for free, a list of 100 ideas plus for YouTube videos. I'm adding new stuff to this ever so often, and I also gave you 10 royalty-free tracks produced by a good friend of mine, and also a list of over 100 royalty-free tracks that you can download for free to get awesome background music for your channel. So that is for you. But guess what? Deal's even better. Until January 31st, 50% off on the YouTube Starter Kit. Link is in the description down below with the discount code. So go ahead, take advantage of that. You know you want to, and it's worth it. You're getting literally over $1,000 in value for like 50 to $100. So if you want to take advantage of this, you do need some tools. You need either Photoshop, which is $10 a month. You can also get a 30-day free trial of it. You can get Affinity Photo, which is $50, and you own it for life. But that also has a 30-day free trial. Or you can get GIMP, which is open source, and it's free. So I would take advantage of that. Make sure your YouTube channel thumbnails don't suck so they get clicked, and you get views, and you get ad revenue, and all those things that you want. And guess what? You don't have to be a Photoshop wizard because I am. So just grab the YouTube Starter Kit from AwesomeCreatorAcademy.com. Link is in the description. The discount code is in the description. Discount code's only to January 31st, and I'm never making it 50% off again. It's never going to be 50% off again. Most it'll be is 20 or 30% off on some random occasion, on some random video that I will release. That's why you need to be on Notification Squad. That's why you got to follow me on Instagram for all my giveaways in 2018. And so I would jump on that. So that is a word from our sponsor, which is me, which, by the way, practical hack for all of you. Instead of worrying about making YouTube ad revenue, instead of worrying about getting a $2,000 sponsorship for a company, I would recommend that all of you make your own merchandise, make your own products, make your own services, and use your YouTube channel to market those and be your own sponsor. Every single one of your videos can have a funny gag or bit or skit that is a funny commercial baked into your videos to sell your own merch or your own products. The Paul brothers have done a fantastic job with this. I think you should learn from that. There are so many cool things you can do. And so I would say that that's a very practical way for you to make money on YouTube. So that's something that I just want to let you guys know that you should be looking into. That's something that you should be doing if you want to make money on YouTube. Look beyond ads. On ways to make money on YouTube without YouTube AdSense. I did a video on 10 ways to make money on YouTube. And again, I would say that there are so many things you could do to make money on YouTube that have nothing to do with YouTube ad revenue, nothing to do with Super Chat, that would really make sense, and I would encourage more of you to do that. So, without further ado, let's get into the Super Chat reviews. I'm going to start pulling these up, so guys, just bear with me while I pull these up and get these creators' channels lined up. I'm going to try and go ahead and get them lined up. I might have to, like, mute people's channel intros or whatever. So I'm going to line those up here in my browser. So in the meantime, while I'm getting that set up for you guys, continue the... All right, you guys should be seeing me again. Can you guys see me now? Conversation in the chat, because I want it to tell me that it says on my end that everything should be green. Are you guys, or is it saying that it's buffering? Let me try and reduce what the CPU's got in terms of load here. Let me see what I can do. Let me see if there's anything I can do to reduce any buffering. Are you guys seeing it good, or is it's perfect? No probs, loud and clear. You're saying it's fine. There's no buffering. There any buffering right now? Nope, fine for you. Okay, good. Ugh. Like, that is so scary. Like, that's one of the other things about live that gets, like, a little scary is if something goes wrong, it usually goes very, very, very wrong. So, like, thanks for bearing with me, guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are champs. You guys are champs. You guys are, like, I don't care what anybody says. You guys are the best fam on YouTube. Like, Create Awesome Community is the best. Like, you know... Like, Low Gang ain't got jack on us. Let's see. It's like, yeah, this fam, the Create Awesome Community, is better than the Low Gang, better than the Jake Paulers, you know, the best fam on YouTube. You know it. Let's see. Queuing up the channels now, guys, so just bear with me. I'm queuing up the channels for the review. And again, I don't want you guys to get like blasted with whatever the audio is from everybody's auto plays. So I'm just making sure that, like, when I open these windows, that I'm muting their stuff so that you guys don't have to deal with that. Because I get how, like, if you have headphones on, that could end up being, like, super annoying, or it could literally hurt your ears. So I just want to be, you know, cognizant of that. Let's see. And I think in the future that we might do it this way, the way that we're doing it here. We might do like this once a month, and then on occasion sneak them into, like, what do you call it? Like, sneak them into some of the Q&A sessions. Because what I want to do is, like, we've talked about before how it'd be nice if, like, with YouTube communicating stuff and being transparent, if they did what I refer to as YouTube town halls, but with the community, and had somebody from YouTube, and then having somebody that's trusted in the community moderate that, and then we get answers directly from people with YouTube. I do like what they're doing with the YouTube Insiders channel, where they have YouTube people from the product team doing content over there. And I think what Tom is doing over there is awesome. So I like that, but I think that live stuff is stressful. So I don't necessarily. I understand that YouTube employees who aren't YouTubers, that it would be rough, and they may not have to deal with the questions, or being an on-camera presence, or maybe even some of the criticism, or if people are, like, harsh, because, like, that's rough. Then I've worked a corporate job before. I've worked a 9 to 5, so, like, having to do something like that would feel like hard on top of everything else, and you work so hard, and then, but to offset that, what I've decided to do is host our own unofficial YouTube town halls in the form of these Q&As, like maybe once a month. And what I'll do is I'll cover updates and things that I see going on, take questions from you just like we do in the Q&As. We'll discuss new features if you guys want to. And occasionally, if I can figure it out, I might have somebody from the community come in as a special guest to co-host it with me. I'll have to figure that out and change some of the setup for those specific type of videos in the form of those town hall style videos. So they'll be different than my regular Q&As. But that's something that I'm trying to work out a format for in 2018 to help give you guys more value, and so that we can have a conversation as a community. And then sometimes I know YouTube pays attention to things I do, so maybe we reach them through my content that way, and then we can get responses and feedback, and things of that nature. So that's something that I'm trying to put together as my own initiative. I have to figure it out, and I have to give it more thought, and I have to talk to some people that I want involved with it. But I think that could be a helpful community resource beyond the YouTube tips videos and the channel reviews. And so I don't want this channel, I'd never want this channel to become a YouTube advice channel. You got Daryl Leaves, you got Tim Schmoyer, you got my friend Nick Nimmin, you got Brian G. Donson. I don't need to be another YouTube advice channel. I'm YouTube certified. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm trying to help you guys make money online. YouTube is one tool you can use, but there are so many other tools, and I really want to help you guys also learn skills and software and hardware stuff, because the reason I'm successful at YouTube is because I know my way around a camera. The reason I can do really good live streams is because I know my way around software. The reason that I can market and brand myself is because of those other skills that I have. So I want you guys to realize the value of my channel is the other 1,000 videos that I did that have nothing to do with YouTube would actually help you if you're trying to grow on YouTube or trying to make money online, because I think too many of you are trying to use YouTube as a vehicle to quit your day job. By itself, it can't accomplish that anymore. Not in the new era of YouTube after the adpocalypse. After the adpocalypse, by itself, YouTube is not a way to quit your day job by itself. All of you will bring up exceptions who did that. They're exceptions for a reason. So I would just want to remind you of that, and I would want to stress practicality. I think that a lot of people are underestimating what it actually would take to make a living off of YouTube. I did some calculations, and like, if you're not in the premium ad buying tier that I'm in, I have friends who get 100,000 views a month on YouTube, and they make exactly $136. Like that, I'm not even making up or exaggerating that number. I'm not going to tell you who that is. I'm just going to tell you that that's a friend of mine, more than one, gets 100,000 plus views and gets $136. You could get 1 million views on YouTube a month and still not be able to make a living on YouTube. No joke. Now, granted, you guys have seen what Roberto, you do 500,000 views and will get like $3,000 or $5,000. Like, yeah. But my channel special circumstances. There are 5 very specific things on my channel that allow for that, and you can't duplicate them. Not really. It'd be hard. It's not impossible, but if 90% of you can't replicate it, there's not much point in talking about it. Like, that's just truth. So if that's the case, if that's what the reality is, then I think that that's something you have to consider. All right, so let's jump into the reviews. I think we've got all of them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yep. And then I picked, like, some probably just wanted a quick one, and someone wanted one on their banner. So let me switch over the screen view here. So let's switch over the screen view. This one is like a really quickie general one because, this is someone who said they're a student and this is all they could do. What I'm going to tell you is Sponge Hammer. I can't immediately tell what your channel is about. I assume it's about painting figurines. You need to do something to make that much more clear on your channel, and you need to probably upload consistently twice a week if you can. And I would say you probably need to do some tutorials on figurine painting because, again, I don't understand what your channel is about, and it's not putting things into context. You've gotten some following. You've gotten like 500 people. You're getting okay views for what that is, but your thing is very niche, and it's fine if that's very niche. But what I would say is you need to make it absolutely clear what your channel is about, and you're over branding your channel when no one knows or cares what Sponge Hammer is. You're doing too much branding of your own thing on your channel and not showing us enough of the figurine or making us care about that. And I think more than design, you could leverage photography more, and we would care more about these figures and the paints, and I would do it much more intentionally. So I'd go a different direction if I were you. And so you said that you don't have a lot of money and you're a student, so that's your super, super quick review versus something more in depth. Frost FM, you just wanted advice on whether your banner looks good. I think it looks good, but I think you're overplaying the frost effect because it's making that slightly harder to read. So that glossy effect that you have going, the reflection thing, I would just kill that off because you're making the thing unnecessarily harder to read. But other than that, I think it's fine. Now, your thumbnails are solid. Like, your thumbnails are solid, but like it's hard to read the fonts and to know that this is like music that I'm going to be listening to. So I would say think about that a little bit, especially considering how small this stuff gets in the YouTube mobile app where 60% of traffic is coming from now. So that's what I would say. All right, so Eric Thurison, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Okay, your channel artwork isn't bad, and it's showing that you do videography. I dig it, but you have the black bars on the end, and that's not helping. I think for the space that represents the black bars on the end, you could get a whole nother image out of that space for your header. That being said, you could also do like diagonal cuts to the photos, and that would be more visually interesting. And you could do some kind of color wash or color grading. You could make this a lot more visually interesting. I like this, but I think it can be better. I don't think we need, with this the tall shot of you with the rig and the fireplace, that could be cropped in a lot more. You know rule of thirds, dude. You know, you're in the game. You could make these much more visually interesting, and so I dig that. But I think it could be better. Maybe the YouTube starter kit can help you with that. I know it can help you with these thumbnails because they're not the worst thumbnails I've ever seen. I'll be real with you. They're not the worst thumbnails I've ever seen, but these thumbnails could be infinitely better. You do have some Photoshop chops. The best thumbnail you probably have here is the Canon EOS Mark V one, but again, they're and the 4K issue. There are things that could have been better. you probably should have reversed the positioning and had yourself on the right and the camera on the left, because you have important text here that's being covered by the timestamp. YouTube always uses the bottom right hand corner for the timestamp, so avoid putting text anywhere near that, because you know they're going to do that and it's going to make it harder to read. So you notice that I've been avoiding that. So I would do that. A lot of this stuff easily could have been made better with templates that are in the YouTube starter kit. Like, so I would definitely look into that, my friend. Because I really believe that that would help you with these, because thumbnails are what get clicks, guys. Thumbnails get clicked, clicks equal views, views equal watch time, all of that translate to subscribers. Looks like you have quality content here. I would say you have to get super consistent on the theme. I think that either you use design, like I said, with the YouTube channel starter kit to do better thumbnails, or you go the route that Peter McKinnon went and just use exceptional photography. And I know you got the chops, because again, look at the kind of gear you've got, and let's look at your production values. There's no reason that you can't get more views and more clicks, but your thumbnail strategy has got to be on point, my friend. Because thumbnails are like literally half the battle in YouTube at this point. Autofocus jitters, that happens sometimes. I think you're shooting on the Canon, so it should be dual pixel autofocus. Interesting setup. All right. See, yeah, you've got the video production side down, which I would expect. You know how to edit. You're fine. Quality content isn't your issue. Your issue is branding. Like a lot of you, you're not even struggling on quality content. You have good content. You have a channel focus. Your header would make your channel focus somewhat clear, but I think it could be more impactful. I think it could be better. But your issue is your packaging and branding. So I think that you're another channel that would benefit either by A, using really good photography for your thumbnails, and like you do for your channel art, or using the YouTube starter kit to get better thumbnails that will get you clicks. So that would be what my advice is as far as that. Let's look at some of your playlists real quick. Let's see how you're organizing your channel and the information. It looks like the only playlist you're using are the ones that are on your homepage. Consider if you have content that is not a playlist to put on your homepage, that still, for search reasons, would make sense, and make some playlist for the algorithm, and I think that that could help you too. So, Eric, overall, you have good quality content. You need to think about an intentional playlist strategy for the algorithm, and you need to really look at your channel artwork and your thumbnails, and I think that's going to make a big difference for you. That ends up being a lot of people's advice, but I keep telling you guys, the advantage I started out with in YouTube is I was doing really good thumbnails. Like, it helped a lot. So, got... what do you mean not enough memory to open this page? What? Get it together, Chrome. All right, so let's see. Give me a second. GIMP is a free program for doing channel artwork and for doing graphics, banners, thumbnails. You could use GIMP for free. Photoshop is $10, because I see it here in the chat. Photoshop is $10, and Affinity Photo is $50. Guys, you have to invest in something when you want to get something out of this. If you want to make a living on this, if you want to do it, if you want to get reach and exposure, there's going to be some skin in the game. So your advantage on channel art and on your thumbnails is that you're an actual artist. I'd like you to do some artwork of me. That'd be cool. If you did artwork of me, like as a Jedi or Sith or as a Street Fighter, that'd be awesome. That'd be cool. So I like your art. I like your art. Tapping into trends is smart. The timing could be better because like right now there's a lot of Star Wars stuff. I think that if in the month of December, if in the month of December you had done like all Star Wars stuff, it would have popped your channel. So always pay attention for your stuff to trends. So you're not hurting on like thumbnails in your case, and you for your subscribers, you have a good amount of views, to be honest, because you're a smaller channel. You've been doing this for a year. I wonder how you're doing on optimization. Aha. It's going to be your keywords. All right, so I've got a couple of tools running on your channel. I've got Social Blade, tells me basic stuff. I've got Videolytics from TubeBuddy, but I've also got vidIQ. And your SEO score, not good. Not ranking for anything but your name. You're not really ranking for anything but your name, because let's look at what your keywords are. Painting, that's a generic keyword. If you're going from now on, from all of you, in terms of keyword strategy, never use single word keywords ever again. Stuff like painting and artist, dead, kill it. Nope, it doesn't work. Let's look at what would happen. Let's start with the YouTube. Where's the morning fame? I'm gonna start from. I'm gonna show you how you would fix this. So, Jon Snow speed painting. Like, this is how I would have approached this. So we're gonna go with Jon Snow speed painting. Game of Thrones. Speed painting. We're gonna pick speed painting as our validated keyword for the next thing. This is how we do it with this like keyword research. It's like, oh, we want to elevate our thing for speed painting and look at all these things. Okay, we're gonna go with Jon Snow speed painting, and we're gonna do that. So not a lot of competition there. There could be opportunities there if we wanted to crush it for that. Because right now you don't even have that in your keyword thing, right? So, and I'm using this. I'm not going to do this for every single channel review. I'm using this to teach all of you an example of what to do better. If you're crushing it on your visuals and your quality, and then you're not getting any views, then after that you need to go to optimization, right? I've always said that. So if I go with Game of Thrones, Jon Snow, speed painting, look in real time at how the relevancy just changed. Just by, like, watch this. D, oh, can't rank, nobody will see it. Boom. B, relevancy. Relevancy matters. After you're able to get attention with really good artwork, and if you have quality videos that people like and are getting views, and you're doing tutorials and stuff like that, all these things, this is what I used to do, is then the next thing is optimization. And look at, by having Jon Snow speed painting, like if I go Jon Snow speed painting, painting, Game of Thrones, Jon Snow speed painting. Okay, so if I'm trying to rank for Jon Snow speed painting, putting Game of Thrones first doesn't help me. This is showing you about positioning, right? But if I do it differently, let's see. In this speed art tutorial, I'll be doing a Jon Snow speed painting based on GOT Season 5. All right, now granted, I did take this down on relevancy just for Jon Snow speed painting, but if I wanted to rank for Game of Thrones speed painting or speed art, this would be the approach that I could use, and I would get more out of it because I could just eliminate these single like keywords that don't matter, and I could rank for Jon Snow drawing, like Kit Harington, Kit Harington in... Did I spell that right? Yeah. And so I could do things like that. Like, and again, but even if I eliminated that from, say, the title, for relevancy, because there's sometimes that's a thing, but I know that that would still work, even if it's ranking me down to a B there. Long game, I would win on so many other things it wouldn't matter. So that's just to show you guys an example of like how something like that would work. And I'm only doing it like for that one channel to show you that when you are doing good quality content and you got everything else right, you have to get the titles, the descriptions, and the tags right too after you've done everything else. Because like the SEO score here is abysmal. These are generic keywords that you could never really rank for. And so you have to get that part of it right if you're going to get everything else right. Because again, you've gotten everything else right. You've got good quality video. You've got great thumbnails that should be getting clicks, but you're not getting relevancy and you're not getting promoted because of your keywords being generic instead of specific. Specific keywords that are 2 to 3 keywords or that are complete sentences are what you need. Stop choosing individual words like art or painting or artist. Those don't work. That's too generic. You can't rank for it. So that would be my advice. But solid channel, and again, would love to see you do some artwork of me. So that's cool. And we got another channel. We got to refresh because thank you Chrome for sucking. Meaningful Life, $2 super chat just for giving value. I've gotten value from your channel. Thanks so much. Thank you. That's sweet. That's awesome. So for anybody who didn't get in on the channel reviews, if you just want to send a super chat because you've gotten any kind of value from this channel ever, that's nice. That would be awesome. You know, that'd be cool. I'm not going to, say no. So we got Jiggy Pepper. First of all, solid job on your artwork. I assume you're an anime reviewer like my boy Geekdom 101. So, good channel art. Decent thumbnails. So how long have you been at this? You've been at this a week. Okay. Guys, you have good thumbnails, good channel artwork, but you've been at it a week, and you got to compete, especially in this market, with the likes of my homeboy Geekdom 101. Like 400k subscribers, like that's a real thing. I don't know you, so I don't know if you're as good as Daniel, but you're doing the same content. Looks like you could be as good as Daniel. Looks like your format could be okay. And it's 6-minute videos. It's not going to take a ton of time out of my life. So, like, I think that your channel is probably good for Dragon Ball commentary. The thing is, you've only been around a week. So what I would tell you is you've been around a week. You have a video that has almost 100 views. Congrats. It may not feel like you're growing fast enough. It may not feel like you're growing blah, 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 blah. What you need to do is for 1 year, Jiggy, for 1 year, this subscriber count, ignore it. It is dead to you. Don't look at it. Ever. Period. I'm not even joking. Subscriber count is dead to you for a year. Keep grinding out good quality content with this level of thumbnails. Get better at everything, and you will be successful eventually. Everyone starts at 0. You've been around a week, and you got a video with 100 views. There are people in this super chat who have never done that and have been around longer. Keep going. It looks like you've been updating a couple of times a week. You could probably get away with doing 3 to 5 videos a week. Keep doing 3 to 5 videos a week. Don't try to go daily unless you can, and it's not going to hurt you in any way. Keep cranking out videos. Build a following outside of YouTube. I see that you're on Twitter. Awesome. Be on Twitter. Be on Instagram. Just Twitter and Instagram, I think. I don't think you need to be anywhere else unless you're old enough for Facebook. Maybe you get into some Dragon Ball communities in there or you build one. But you could just keep grinding at this. You do quality content. The Dragon Ball community might accept you. Get a better profile pic, though. And talk to some smaller YouTubers in the Dragon Ball community that are bigger than you, that have 5 or 10,000 or whatever. Comment on all the big Dragon Ball YouTubers and not to ask for people to go to watch your channel. Ask the best question out of everybody in their comment section. Be their best fan. be the coolest fan in their community, and you will be successful. So that's your advice, Jiggy Pepper. Jesus, Chrome. What are you doing? Slacking. Yacky Snacky. Let's see. Channel artwork. I have no idea what the channel is about right off the bat. If I came to this channel right now, I assume this channel is only ever about seafood. So that doesn't give me context. You need to create context. You might be all about seafood, or you might be a foodie channel. It looks like you could be a foodie channel, but I'm not seeing any food in your channel artwork, and I'm not seeing anything telling me about that, so that makes it hard. You have a title that says bacon wrapped corn and lonely lobster. I need to see that food in the thumbnail. I have no idea how many subscribers you have. So I don't know if your view to subscriber ratio is good or not. You've been doing this for, let's see, a little while, a couple of months, maybe a year on and off. Okay. Look at the best food-based YouTube channels and do videos as far as thumbnails that are based on the best food channels. Get that channel artwork on par. Your best video, you had a video from 2 months ago that got 15,000 views. You got another one here that's got 9. So you're capable of making videos that get views. The titles seem to do it, and people seem to like watching you eat crab and seafood and lobster. Look at the best food channels. Look at the biggest viewed videos around seafood and lobster and crab and shrimp, and make your thumbnails more like that, and your thing will be more successful. Like that makes a lot of sense to do that, because if you're capable of, and you saw that the crab, like when I look at your top videos, everything here is crab or lobster. Everything is crab and everything is lobster. Those are the channels that will do the best, apparently, for your video. The Indian food didn't do too bad, and you do a viewer request, you're doing viewer request, then great, do viewer request. But also look at those, and look at some of the food challenges on YouTube as far as trends, and get into some of the food challenges and see if you can break out. Let's see. Sean Allen, 3 iOS dev videos per week. So your iOS development channel, leverage the Apple branding in your banner. And I like the thicker, bolder font on your thumbnails. I dig that. Use that font, I think, in your header, Sean. You have over 11,000 subscribers. Congrats. You're doing fine there. Your thumbnails are good and they're branded, and I like that. And you're using strong text. You're doing it right. You're doing it right. I don't think you need your SA branding in the corner. I don't think you need that. It doesn't add anything, and it being gone wouldn't take away. And it's black on red. Don't do black on red as much, dude. I think that there's... I think that you have a strong sense of aesthetic and you understand certain things, so I think you're fine. Like, what would I do differently here? Your thumbnails, design-wise, aren't bad. I would make the photos that you're using in the thumbnails and the ones with your head much more interesting, and I would maybe make the contrast better because they feel faded, so I would bump the contrast, make the whites whiter, the blacks blacker, all of that good stuff. Learn from Instagram. The fonts maybe could get slightly smaller. They're bold enough to get away with that, to not running to your head. Avoid the fonts going too much into your head. I love your lower third. Your image quality is great. I need to actually watch this because I might want to. I should not take up iOS Swift development. I want apps and I should just hire and outsource for it. But it's one of those things where anything I want to do, I always educate myself about. And I love coding. It's not practical for me. I make more money on so many other things. But I think I want to watch your channel. I think I want to subscribe to your channel because I think I want to. I think the part of me, I'm going to have to scale and outsource other things because I'm going to want a couple hours a day back just to mess around with Swift coding because I can't help myself. Like, it'll be after I like master something. Like, I'm gonna get really hardcore in the next 90 days on my photography, and I'm gonna really I'm gonna make people feel bad. Like, I'm gonna get really good. I was already good at photography. I'm gonna get sick in 90 days at photography beyond what I have, just because I'm getting so much in love with it. When I travel to some of these places that I have coming up for trips, I'm gonna be doing snapping so many photos. I'm gonna get good real quick. But after I binge out on that, I'm gonna get into this channel more, and I'm gonna get into iOS development. So you've won. You got me. You just got another subscriber. Congrats. But yeah, your channel header could be better. Your video quality is fine. I think you're okay in some of your tags. The problem is that some of it is too generic. And I think that you would benefit from incorporating the phrase how to into your titles and into your descriptions, because how to is searched more than anything. And I think you need to make a series, content strategy wise, around how to learn iOS development or how to learn Swift. Should be a series. And I think that it should be incorporated backwards and forwards into more of your titles, because then that's a gateway video and a gateway series to get more people into your channel. But I think that you're doing well. I think you can scale this. I think this is a very interesting niche. After 10,000 subscribers, believe it or not, everybody, after 10,000 subscribers and you're at bronze level, everything is gravy. I know so many of you want to get to silver. I know so many of you want one of these, but you don't need it, and you don't need 100,000 subscribers. You get every feature you need in YouTube at 10,000. That's a more reasonable goal. Get your first 100, get your first 1,000, and then get to 10,000, and then know that everything else is just a nice to have after 10,000. Because then you've gotten all the things you need from features wise. And then it's about doubling down and growing your community of those 10,000 people. How do you get them to tell 10 more people about you, each and every one of them? What more value do you have to give to get 10 more people like each and every one of them? And how do you interact with them more? And how do you get them to stay consistent on your channel? How do you get them on your notification squad? How do you get them commenting more? How do you get them sharing more? Build that core community. Build that core community, get 1,000 people, and then get really heavy on engagement with that first 100 and that first 1,000. Then when that gets to that first 10,000, triple down on the engagement. Don't worry about necessarily pumping out more content. Don't worry about upping the quality. Increase on the relationship and worry about your on-camera charisma, and you will be better. And that will work. I'm not even joking. That's the answer. And of course, always good thumbnails. Can't stress that enough. Good thumbnails, good thumbnails, good thumbnails. And again, I keep harping on the good thumbnails thing because, guys, you click on a video because of the title and the thumbnail. That's it. And then if the video delivered on the promise of the title and thumbnail, and you can figure out that there's more content like that to be had and you enjoyed it, that's why you subscribe. Is that not the process by which every single one of us subscribe to a YouTube channel? Aliza Lee, I love the Peachy fam. I'm part of the Peachy fam, but the Create Awesome community is still the best fam on YouTube. Sorry. And sorry, Low Gang, we still the best fam on YouTube. Create Awesome community is still the best fam on YouTube. So let's see. George Acosta. All right, so George, you got a fishing channel, and your channel artwork is not bad. It's not bad. You could stand to add a few more of those fishing photos there. Let's see. Branding wise, you got a good branding scheme and color scheme that seems to be working for you. You got 2,000 plus subscribers, and you are constantly crushing it on videos because, again, you're niche, you're doing your thing. You got some popular videos that are crushing it. I don't know that you need my help, George. I think you've got this. I wish I'm getting back into Spanish now. It's just been rough because with my grandmother passing, she was the one I spoke to in Spanish, so that's always a little rough on me. But I understand, like, conversationally, and there's certain words I need more vocabulary. I'm fine on everything else. I grew up with it a little bit, but like Dad got hazed in the military for his accent, so he didn't let us speak it at home at all. Like, whole different thing there. But what I'll say is, because this is a Spanish language YouTube channel, there's only so much advice I can offer contextually beyond knowing exactly that it's fishing content. That makes it easier on me. There's a translate button. Let's see what happens. It helps a little bit. So thank you, Google Translate. So this page has been translated. That definitely helps. So it looks like you're doing closed captioning. I would do more closed captioning if you can afford it. Rev.com helps. Do it on your 5-minute videos, if nothing else. You're getting views. You're getting more views than you have subscribers, and you did this 4 years ago, but you dropped off, and then you came back a year after a year. You weren't being consistent. You're stronger now. I like this. If you can get to 2 videos a week, your channel will grow a lot more. If you can get to 2 videos a week, let's see a video. See if I have any more advice on this. Thumbnail game is strong. You're winning. You're winning. I'm saying George, but that's for the English-speaking language. I know it's Jorge. So Jorge, you're doing really well overall. Sometimes fishing, how to fish with lures, how to throw light lures. So that's good. But your tags could be better. You are ranking for a lot of things, but I think they could be improved even more. So if you want to grow, your stuff is good. You could improve the tags a little bit. And I've shown multiple times in the stream how tags can be improved with both Morning Fame. You could do it with FameBit, vidIQ. There's all kinds of ways to do that. Your SEO score is good. It could be a little higher. I think more of what you're doing, I think maybe consistently getting 2 videos out a week on a schedule would be the thing that helps your channel the most. I think you could do just a little bit better on your channel. Art, it's good. It could be just a little bit better. I like your branding. I think you're good there. Solid thumbnails. You're getting the views, man. Keep going. So that's awesome. Nope, channel reviews are closed, people. They closed a while ago. But we did get a great super chat from Eden Croft. We got one from Clover Tack. We got one from Richard Donnell. Thank you so much. A Meaningful Life. We got one. Project Locrates. Power Pack Success. Thank you. So that's awesome. All right, so we got Kicks Art, which is daily sneaker drawing videos and how-tos. For free stencils, visit www.kicksart.com. Smart. Oh, follow me here. Smart. This is done. All right, channel art works perfect. You're good. 15K subscribers. Everything for you is fair game at this point. Brand player playlist. Okay, Jordan shoes, Nike shoes, Adidas shoes, LeBron shoes, Yeezy. Brilliant thumbnail strategy. Brilliant playlist strategy. And then look at how intentional he is. The thumbnails don't put anything that's too important in the area where the playlist thumbnail is gonna cut it off. He doesn't run into the God, what's it? He doesn't run into the timestamp in the corner. Smart. He does the thing where it says there's a free stencil for these. Brilliant, baking that in. Getting the views. How to draw is in the title of the actual video, step by step. Smart. Kicks Art, you're crushing it. I don't know why you thought you needed a channel review. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. How long have you been at this? A year and change. Maybe 2 years. Got a lot of content here, buddy. 3 years, but you weren't consistent the entire time. You dropped off for a whole year, apparently. Oh, wow. You dropped off for a whole year on YouTube, and then you made a comeback, and your channel grew. Wow. That's cool. All right. What's Social Blade say about your stats? What'd you get in terms of subs in the last 30 days? So you got 1,000 subs in the last 30 days. So you're on a positive trend, and that's double, apparently, what you got the previous 30 days. So you're on an upward trend. You're getting new subscribers every day. You recently had something that went down on Thursday that got you 300 plus subscribers on Thursday. Whatever you did on Thursday, that might be important to look at whatever Thursday or Wednesday's videos were, because those are really crushing it with the channel. So your latest videos are performing. So analyze that, look at your data, look at your best performing overall videos, look at your most popular videos. You need to hit up more of that. All right, so we know that Jordans and Nikes and LeBrons bring in the most traffic to your channel, which means that if you're doing daily stuff, you know that every week you got to hit Jordans. You got to hit Jordans every week, because Jordans bring in the most traffic long-term to your channel. Even though a lot of that was like a year ago or 2 or 3 years ago, long-term, Jordans keep growing your channel, right? Let's see if we can find something that out of all these things that were the biggest view stuff, if anything recently popped. A lot of your biggest stuff popped a year ago, but that's okay. If anything recently got 10K, that's good in terms of views. A lot of stuff from last year, It looks like your channel has to play the long game. Absolutely. Yep, your channel has to play the long game. But that's okay. Sneakerheads are loyal, and your stuff will eventually keep popping. Find other ways to get this stuff out into social media, and you will be successful. Is there a sneaker release schedule that could be studied for hints on what to do to make a video of? Yeah, you could. There's always a sneaker release schedule, and there's magazines that are like that. So I would go that route. I think the reason that you decided you wanted some help was your latest videos aren't getting the views that your older videos got. And so your issue is partly activating your subscribers, but they know you post daily content. My answer to you would be, if you're doing daily content, it looks like you're batching, set a release time so that your stuff goes out at pretty much the exact same time every day. I would release your videos at like maybe I would maybe go for either early in the morning, or I would go for mid-afternoon, like 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because I know that's a high traffic time for YouTube. At least Monday through Friday it is. So, because of Philip DeFranco. So I would go that route. It's also lunchtime on like during the West Coast. It's time when people get out of school or off work. So like I would release in the afternoon every day, like 4 p.m. or something, or 5 p.m. or something. And I think that could help, because if people get used to that, then there's an expectation. I think that could help. And I would say the other thing is leverage social media more, and leverage release schedules of when, like, certain sneakers are coming out and there's hype around them and people are Google searching. Take advantage of Google Trends. I think that would help you. Strong channel visually. I really dig this. So let's see. Thank you so much, Chrome, for your freaking memory leaks. Dave Killerish. So your channel artwork means I have no idea what the channel's about. I'm looking at your channel and I still don't entirely know what it's about. I'm assuming that it's gaming. Yep, it's gaming. Okay. It's gaming. It's a gaming channel. We've done this before. We've done this song and dance before, right? So it's a gaming channel, less than 1,000 subscribers. First of all, get the channel artwork to where I understand that this is a gaming channel. Let me show you what somebody who's been wildly successful in YouTube gaming in a relatively short period of time did. My homie Mike Lucas, Bijou Mike. So close to, like, just a while ago he was at 750K. He's at like 850K now. Jesus. I need to release our interview together. Jesus. All right. So, like, you need to understand that 2 years ago, Mike had like 1,000 subscribers. Like, let's go to his oldest stuff. I'm doing this for reference for you. Look at that. This is similar to what your channel looks like right now. Like Mike, and look at the views. Mike wasn't getting views. This is only 2 years ago. So he's about to get 1 million subscribers. look at your channel. Look at where Mike's channel was 2 years ago, right? When he was not getting any kind of views. About the same kind of views you're getting right now. All right? Very similar. Watch what starts to happen. Watch the evolution of a YouTube gaming channel. So, 2 years ago, when you do really good thumbnails and you take advantage of a new trend, the thing that really started to get his channel going was, look at this. All these videos and nothing landed. Nothing landed, nothing landed, nothing landed, nothing landed, nothing landed, nothing landed, nothing landed. And then this new game comes out that has a lot of attention that a lot of people aren't playing yet. He tried to do the thing everyone else is doing, which is Happy Wheels. He does Yandere Simulator #1, and oh my god. And like, okay, not getting a lot, not getting a lot. Yandere, like, yup, Yanderella, episode 1, got something. Didn't learn the lesson, made something else. Didn't learn the lesson, made something else. Did a vlog. Yanderella, oh, I've got 2K views. Haven't done that before in a while. Oh, Yanderella, episode 3, got better thumbnail. And oh, every time I do one of these, I'm getting thousands of views. Every time I don't, and I do something else, it's not working. All right, Happy Wheels, got a couple of views. Didn't learn the lesson, did something else, didn't get views. Didn't learn the lesson, didn't learn the lesson. This is okay. Amnesia, and then do Yandere. Oh wow, bunch of views. Didn't learn the lesson, didn't learn the lesson, didn't learn the lesson. Yandere gets a bunch of views. You see a pattern here? When you find something that hits, which might take a while, you keep doing what hits, and it works. And this is, again, a channel that 2 years ago had the same kind of views, had the same kind of stuff going on as you, because look what you got going, and within 2 years is almost at 1 million subscribers. Could happen easier and faster if you learn what is it that's working, and you have to get something to work, and you might need to tap into a trend of something, and you might have to keep going and going. In gaming, that's what you're up against. And then when something lands, you have to play a game that's similar in nature or has the same exact type of audience and meets the same kind of expectations. We went to, like, let's look at your most popular video. It's from 4 months ago. It's around Team Fortress, and it's about somebody getting wrecked by hackers. Okay, whatever. And Team Fortress was your other biggest video. Well, I see a pattern here. When you do Team Fortress videos, you seem to get more views, and when you put TF2 in the title, you get more views. If I were you, I might focus my channel more around that. That might be the answer, because you get more views apparently when you do that consistently out of everything else. So you might have other interests, you might have other games you would like to play, but it seems like if you want your channel to grow, you might need to double down on Team Fortress videos, and you might need to double down on videos that have TF2 in the title. You also might need to incorporate that into your channel artwork and make it clear that you're a gaming channel, because Dave Killerish doesn't mean anything until you make it mean something. So, again, if you look at Bijou Mike as your example, someone like you can make it, and can make it in a reasonable amount of time, but you have to do what works for your audience and your channel, and you have to do what you do best, because when you don't, you won't have consistent views, but when you do and you double down, all of a sudden your channel grows. So there's a lesson in that. So Dave Killerish, that's your answer. Study Bijou Mike. So let's see. Across the board. 3,000 subscribers. New album Sonic Boom coming soon. Well, you put that in a position where it runs into the part that does your social media. So you'd probably want to put that over on the left-hand side in terms of your channel artwork. And the channel artwork, it's hard to read. There's a lot of clutter. I think it could be better. This is why, again, I made the YouTube Starter Kit with thumbnails and channel artwork. For those of you who are not Photoshop or design ninjas, you could still get good channel artwork and things if you buy the YouTube Starter Kit. There's a link for 50% off until January 31st in the description down below, you're getting like 100 downloads and assets for $99, but it's 50% off, it's $50. Why do I bring it up again? Well, let's look at the channel. This is a very hard to read piece of channel artwork, and it doesn't reflect very well on the channel, and it doesn't really tell me much in terms of context. And then you have a lot of design flaws here that could be easily addressed like with good design. In terms of the thumbnails, they're not the worst thumbnails I've seen, but they do hurt because there's a lot of content here. But if we look at the thumbnails, and then if you're thinking about competing with everything else that's in YouTube, they're not the worst thumbnails I've ever seen, but they're also a little cluttered. In the mobile app, they would be hard to read any of the text, and then the photographs aren't visually interesting enough or don't give me a lot of context. I also, if this is about a band, it's very hard for me to get that sense. And if you're going to do a vlog and behind the scenes stuff of the band, I would say that you should treat your thing like if it was a television show on the CW, and you should kind of treat yourself like a television show, and your channel thumbnails should be branded and should feel more like that. Maybe they're not even designed, and maybe they're more photography driven and have to look interesting, and they shouldn't be a still from the video. They should be like a real photo. So I would go that route. And again, there's a lot of random stuff on the channel, so from a consistency standpoint, that's kind of rough. I think you need to really think about what your strategy should be and what you're doing the channel to accomplish. Is it just to document the life of the band? Do you want to actually promote your music? Like, what are you guys trying to do? I think you need a more cohesive strategy. So I think that look at how there are many musicians on YouTube and look at how they are positioning and literally think about how that helps them, and go back to their early days. Don't just look at what they're doing today, because that might not help you. Look at their early days, just like I showed with Bijou Mike. Go back to the early days and look at YouTube musicians who came up on YouTube. Look at that, and look at like how your thumbnails and stuff does, like compare it to like Vivo videos. Look at music, like stuff that's in music videos. Look at stuff that's in trending that's music. Like if we go to the trending tab, I'm sure something's gonna be music driven. There's gonna be something here that is music related in nature at some point. There usually is. Today might be an off day, I don't know. But I've almost never gone here and not found something that was music. Or again, reverse engineer other entertainment things that aren't music, that are television, because you're going kind of that route. Look at this with like Cardi B. Like, even if it wasn't Cardi B and 21 Savage, that's something that could get clicked real easy. Look at some of the Vivo stuff and how they're leveraging the photography. This one's a bad example. I'm like, what the hell? But yeah, look at that from this Vivo channel and then how it opens up. So I would say that reverse engineer. There's so much you can reverse engineer. Look at this one. So reverse engineer. There's a lot competing for people's attention. Very busy, hard to read thumbnails. Like, that's why these are not getting a lot of views, because again, something has to get clicked to get viewed, and this is not interesting enough as a thumbnail to merit getting clicked. That sounds really harsh, but it's like, that's what it is. Like, you did this thing with a cover. Covers can obviously help, and they can get you attention, and then they can bring interest to your music. Again, reverse engineer successful homegrown music YouTubers. That would be my best advice. Blue Lions, made for Chelsea fans by Chelsea fans. Awesome. Okay, so that puts it into context. There's no debate about that. 17K subscribers. Congrats. Really solid and really well branded thumbnails, and they're different enough. Some of them feel a little repetitive, but sometimes that's necessary. But you can do better on some of these in this predictions playlist by making the thumbnails different enough. You got a different lineup. You got news daily. You got, okay, so strong branding. My God. My God, this branding is strong. It's like you're Roberto Blake or something. Hashtag modest brag. No, I dig it. And again, this is very specific. This is for Chelsea fans by Chelsea fans. Good lower thirds here, but here's a problem. Use the rule of thirds. You got this going on, but you're not tall enough in the chair, because look at how much of that's cutting into your beard and face. You might have been better served doing that a little bit differently. But really good design. The positioning in this case is off. And I also wonder if you have a better placement in terms of setup to have this. Just because, again, I don't like that that's cutting into your face, and I've got more headroom here than I need. So when you're framing your design stuff and your videos, really think about things like that. Because that is a tip that I should give you about the editing and the production, is if you're going to have all this stuff down there, your things should be positioned differently. You changed it, though. So this is an older video. All right, let's look at something new and see like what you got going. That's a little bit better. Still, a lot of headroom versus the bottom, so I'd start to figure that out. The lighting here is not fantastic. You're looking really washed out. So production-wise, figure that out. The wall, that's not really working for you. But it doesn't need to. I mean, I'm being finicky, but your fans are digging what you do. So again, I'm just giving you things that you can improve on, but I dig your graphics, dude. Your graphics are solid. If you up your production values to the extent that your graphics are, your channel will be even more successful. Your graphics game is tight. Oh my God, your graphics game is tight. If your video production, if your aesthetic video production in terms of your video quality, your lighting, your backdrop gets as good as your graphics, it's game over. White balance is off. Yep, I agree. Yep. But yeah, tight graphics, dude. Oh, wow. And look what you got going there. Like, yes, the notifications. Like, your editing is on point. Like, your editing's on point. Your graphics are on point. Your thumbnails are on point. Channel artwork on point. You got a niche. You're crushing it. Your video production, man. Oh, my God. You're killing me. You're killing me on your video production. Your SEO is tight. Your SEO is tight. You're getting a 70% SEO score in vidIQ. You're ranking for 8 tags in TubeBuddy. You're killing it. But your video production, guys, look at how much you can accomplish even if you're not great at video production. New camera in tomorrow and your green screen is coming. Oh, God. If you're going to do green screen and you're getting a new camera, well, it's game over. Yep. So, you've already won. So, Blue Lions TV. Guys, if you want a lesson in branding your channel, if you want a lesson in tight graphics, if you want a lesson in the right thumbnails, Blue Lions TV is one of the best examples I've seen. He's grown to 70K subscribers. And again, his camera gear isn't even that good. No offense. It is in the trailer. Sheesh. Or like whatever this is. Like, I don't know what changed. Backdrop-wise, guys, don't neglect things like you could have cleaned up the stuff on the couch a little bit. It's like, I understand it's the holidays. Just like little things matter like that and everything like that. I know I'm one to talk with all of my unboxing stuff littered all like back here. I know. But, you know, whatever. So I get it. Even I don't do that perfectly. For staged videos that aren't live streams, I do. But, you know. So I would just say that, you know, this can definitely, production-wise, if you increase your production values, you've got every other skill. You will be successful. And I also be curious about what you're building in terms of social media outside of social media. And then you're doing Patreon, and you've got that very visible. No patrons yet. Promote that more, maybe. And that could definitely help you. Across the board, thank you for another $25 Canadian Super Chat. Thank you, Roberto, for channel review. We did purchase your starter kit today to help with the graphics side and branding. Awesome. So I think that's going to definitely help you. I think it's going to help you. So, yep. Let's see what else is going on here in the chat real quick, guys. Let's see. Somebody saying, yep, yeah, I've got stuff in the queue. Forgot to mention you need some sore throat. Actually, it's not sore throat, it's that my throat's dry. Let's see. All right, so saw that you guys are digging stuff going on in the chat. Let's see. We're almost through these channel reviews, so that's good. Looks like you got an interesting channel trailer. The Clumsy Super. New video every week. Okay, so I like that you tell me it's a new video every week. Really good channel artwork. You got your social media call outs. Nice. DIY and soap making, DIY and more. So I know exactly what this channel is about. And you're a soap making channel. Okay, cool. I like the colorfulness in this. I wouldn't have gone with red here. There's not enough contrast against everything else. You could have probably went with yellow or something more interesting for the new videos every week. So color-wise, do that differently. Thumbnails. I think that you need a better profile pic than this one. I would go with your caricature in the thumbnail. And then you have your character, and that's cool. But your thumbnails could be a little bit better. You're doing branded thumbnails, and I like the direction. But I think that this style of thumbnails is better than your newer thumbnails, to be honest with you. And let's sort by popularity. I think your photography-driven thumbnails are the better. Yup. Your photography-driven thumbnails are exponentially performing better, but you're not doing good typography text on them. I think you could maybe even get away with eliminating typography on them, or go to big, bold, text, or text that's closer to what's in your header. Color branding could be closer to what's in your header, but I think you will do better with photography. It's clear that you're doing better with photography-driven thumbnails than design-driven thumbnails. So I would do that. I would also look at what was your best performing stuff and do more similar things to that. I would look at the biggest person in your niche and see what's on topic, what's on trend, and I would do more of those. I would do some how-to tutorial videos that are beginner videos for doing soap making, just so that you get anyone who types in how-to whatever your niche is, because that's very powerful. So that's what I would do. Blue Lines asked, what's the best way to use the community tab? I would use it once or twice a day. I would definitely do a poll every couple of days to understand your audience better and to keep them engaged. So I would take advantage of that. I'd also use it every once in a while to promote an old video that's still relevant. So that's how, like, if you look at how I've been using the community tab to keep my community up to date on what's going on, I would take advantage of using it that way. In your case, you could even use it to see if people use polls to see what people think is going to be the score or who's going to win, or to do predictions. So you could use Blue Lions TV. You and sports channels could use the community tab really well. But yeah, so for this soap making channel, again, I think do things that are on trend in the niche. I think go back to photography driven thumbnails, and I think look for trends to get attention and to exploit, but also make videos that are related to your best performing videos. And I think everything, when you put DIY and tutorial in the channel, performs better for this type of channel. I think that's historically true looking at your stuff. So do more of that. And whenever you do anything that has lemons in it, apparently it performs a little bit. So I would do that. If there's something in pop culture that you can tap into, like if anything ever goes on in the Harry Potter community, tap into that. If something happens, take advantage of pop culture when you're doing this stuff too. It could be you and cooking channels and other DIY channels should take advantage of trends and pop culture more. So that's what I would say. Refresh. Temporal Mix Productions. So I'm assuming you're a music channel? I can't tell. I see travel vlogs, and I see epic remixes. So the problem is, you're not consistent at any one thing enough. That immediately stands out. You have 41 subscribers. You've been doing it 2 years on and off. you gotta pick something and stick to it because it's confusing otherwise. If your brand is Temporal Mix Productions, I think you gotta become a music channel, and I think you got to do much better on thumbnails. If you're gonna play the pop culture game, you got a lot to compete with. We've already got Majestic Casual, we got Trap City, we got all the city brands under Trap City, Chill City. Like we got, like you gotta figure out how you're going to brand this, and you got to figure out what you can be consistent at, because being all over the place is hurting the channel. So that's something that I think you really got to pay attention to, dude. And you need more consistent content. Going, like, one thing I'll remind you guys, and I've suffered from this whenever I've done it when I travel. If you go 3 days without an upload, it really tanks your channel. If you go 3 days without an upload or more, it tanks your channel. Not even kidding. I closed channel reviews. I closed them I closed channel reviews back like almost an hour ago. So yeah, temporal mix. Gotta find something to be consistent at. Gotta get your thumbnail game better. Gotta add more context to your channel artwork and to your profile pic there. And you gotta be consistent. You gotta upload. You can't go 3 days without an upload in YouTube. So that matters. So I hope everyone was paying attention to that. Consistency matters, and you can't go 3 days without an upload. It hurts. ZachTechReviews.com. Tech, mobile accessories, and gadgets. So you tell me what I'm getting right off the bat. Nice. So I dig that. Got about 400 plus subscribers. Cool. Getting good views for that on some of these things. You tapped into the OnePlus 5T trend. That's good. That's smart. Make more videos around the OnePlus 5T. It will grow your channel. I can tell you that already. The OnePlus 5T, making more videos, top 5 features, 10 things to love and hate. That will, like, grow your channel. Versus videos will grow your channel. Better thumbnails. I think you might have the YouTube starter kit. I think you might need to use it more effectively. But this, your OnePlus thing, that's really strong for you in terms of an execution. And that's a good thumbnail for those cases. So definitely do that. Better thumbnails will help. I would even go back and fix your old thumbnails, because tech videos are good forever. I'd go back and fix your old thumbnails. Let's see. What's got the most views on your video? I think doing more content strategy-wise, more of the OnePlus 5T, dude. More of the OnePlus 5T. iPhone 8, iPhone videos, Samsung videos. You know what's popular. You know what's popular. Find a way to do a different take on it. The tap lock stuff is working out for you. Triple down on the stuff that's working for the channel and make better thumbnails for all of these. Even go back and fix the old thumbnails, and then try and get some more traction with some of the stuff in Twitter and Facebook too to drive new traffic. If you can get traffic to YouTube from its competitors, too many of you are trying to get YouTube to give you traffic. You need to give YouTube traffic from other places, because then YouTube will care about you for taking competition to taking traffic from its competition. So do that. The Nomad case thing could be really good for you. I think that you should take a bunch of this text off, and you need a solid color scheme. The orange and doing like 5 different colors, it's hurting my eyes. That doesn't work, and I can't read any of it. So you need to fix that, and you can get more views out of this stuff. So fix your thumbnails, double down on the things that have been working for the channel, triple down on those. You know how that game works. You know how the big tech YouTubers roll. If you see some stuff, like I've never seen the tap lock thing, but now I see it's getting traffic for you. You triple down. That's working. Do comparison and versus videos. Top 5 features. That will really work. And look at what my homie Andrew Edwards is doing. I think that studying Andrew Edwards would help you, because he's not one of the biggest tech YouTubers, but he's one of the best. Financial information. First of all, love the channel artwork, love that aesthetic, love the minimalism, love that you tell me what it's about. Maybe the fonts could be bigger, and you have a lot of dead space on the left side. Nice intro. The font could be better on that intro. Good lower third. thumbnails aren't bad, but it looks like the photography in your thumbnails is always squished. Do not squish, and do not resize the photos in your thumbnails to where they're squished. Always scale them. Always scale them. It looks like you took some inspiration from Nick Nimmin for your thumbnails. That's not bad, and it's working well enough. You've got 2,000 views. You're 2,000 subscribers. You're getting good views. But again, do not squish the photos, no matter what. Let's see. Savage Scientist, how are you? Good to see you, buddy. Thumbnails aren't bad. They could be a little bit better. The newest ones are good, but they're also a little bit cluttered. Avoid cluttered thumbnails. If you're going to take inspiration from Nick Nimmin on thumbnails, really take inspiration from Nick Nimmin on thumbnails. He doesn't let his stuff get cluttered ever. Ever. So definitely learn from that. You're getting some views. I would say that since you're a financial information channel, really go and do some videos, content strategy-wise, around the basics in people's financial education. Some people don't know how to balance a checkbook. Some people don't know about the 80-20 rule. Like, pull up secrets and give people financial secrets from tried and true things from Jim Rohn and Warren Buffett and Tony Robbins, and that could get attention for your channel. Make playlists that are much more featured around some of these top performing videos that you've got going on. Let's sort by most popular. You've gotten stuff that's gotten over 10,000 views. Your top stocks to watch is probably like the thing that is driving a lot of traffic for you. There are a lot of people who are into that, and that's cool. Let's see what else. Your stock review of whether stuff is worth the buy. Better thumbnails for that. Do more different photo poses, because the same one, it looks like it could be a repeat. That could be hurting you. More poses matters. So leverage that photography better. And again, keep these things less cluttered. I think that will definitely help you. Maybe, again, maybe something that could help. You're not bad on thumbnails. They're not the worst. They could be better. And again, you're taking inspiration from my boy, Nick Nimmin, but maybe get the YouTube starter kit. I think that like some of these, like this one might be able to help you with the stocks thing. As far as my 20 facts thumbnail, like I have like 100 different templates, whether it's channel artwork, thumbnails, lower thirds, graphics. There's 100 templates here. The YouTube starter kit's at awesomecreatoracademy.com. Linked in the description. 50% off discount code, good until January 31st. Then it's never going to be that cheap again. So again, like 100 templates that's normally $100 for $50. I bring that up because this channel, for financial information, you've got a great YouTube channel header, but the thumbnails could be better because they're a little hard to read and they're cluttered. And the YouTube mobile app, which drives 60% of most YouTube traffic now, that could hurt you. So I'd like to see you do that. Don't squish your photos and mix up the poses, because some of it might look repetitive and people might think they've seen that video already. So mix up your poses, take more headshots, and I think that will help you a lot. Let's see how you're doing on a channel, on a video that did okay, that wasn't one of your stock buying videos, in terms of optimization. Let's see what's going on with that. Again, decent lower third intro. I like that. Maybe that logo from that should have been also in your channel artwork, by the way. For the financial education, I'd almost like to see that logo be your profile picture because of the $ and the up arrow that's in it. So Marvin, take a look at that. Let's see how you're doing on ranking. You're crushing it with SEO. So keep doing that. Production values, your editing shops are fine. You got a good lower third, you got good branding. Production values could be a little bit better, but like for what your channel is, you don't need to be over the top. I would just, up the game just a little bit. So yeah, no, I think you're in good shape, Marvin. Financial information, it's a good channel. You have a good foundation, and again, you're still just getting started. So, good job. Whiskey Jason, yeah. So I don't think that the channel artwork is that great because of the font. Otherwise, the photo would have been perfect. But the font kills it because it's hard to read, even with the drop shadow. And I do like that you're telling me Monday, Wednesday, Friday, though, but this could have been better. Like, easily one of the simple templates from the YouTube Starter Kit. Yes, again, plug in my own product, my own sponsor. Just one of these, like, I have so many of these, like, channel headers that could have just easily made this better. In terms of the typography choices. Because, again, not everyone's a graphic designer. You don't need to be. Your production values look good, though. Whiskey Jason, as far as the t-shirt for branding wise, I would say you might be able to get something that's a little bit more interesting for a t-shirt for merch, and that calls out your thing. I love your backdrop. Look at Common Man Cocktails. Actually, let's look up Common Man Cocktails. Common Man Cocktails. Common Man Cocktails. Almost at 100,000 subscribers. 2,000 plus videos to get there. More videos than me. Common Man Cocktails. They're crushing it. But look at this. Look at these gorgeous thumbnails. Look at that branding. That's sharp. Okay? Like, look at that. So, Whiskey Jason. Let's look at what you got going on here. And again, it's not about comparing yourself. It's about seeing what the market will accept and what the threshold of quality is to get where you want to be. And can you reverse engineer that? Your thumbnails are not bad, but you have clear access to a great liquor shelf. Pull out the camera, do some photography, and get on this level, and you will do fine. And if you, again, look at how nice and clean that is. And look at these. These are on whiskey. Cocktails with whiskey. Like, look at that. So if I have the choice between clicking on a thumbnail like this, and if I have the choice between that and clicking on a thumbnail like this, I choose the former over the latter. And again, that's pretty much like, but here's what I will say. You're not at 100 subscribers yet. You're getting good views for not being at 100 subscribers yet. You're not 100 subscribers, getting 10, 20 views on a video is amazing. Like, that's how bad YouTube is. Like, real talk. So I would say that photography-driven thumbnails showing off the actual beverage with the bottle and possibly it poured in a glass would do amazing for you. I really feel like you could reverse engineer like what Common Man Cocktails has going on, what the tech YouTubers have going on. You could work backwards from that, and your thing will do better. You're at 100, like your profile picture here, Whiskey Jason. I'd rather see a glass of whiskey with the name Jason on the glass as your profile picture than just the text Whiskey Jason, because like, what does that do for me? I'd rather, like, this whole channel artwork, I'd rather you take a photo, even if you don't use the YouTube Starter Kit, I'd rather you take a photo and have a glass of whiskey sitting on a counter with, like, like on the rocks. Like, that I think would be amazing. So that's something that I would look at for you. So I think that, again, production values are fine. I just think that your aesthetics there could be better. Let's look at optimization. Also, putting a number in front of the title doesn't help you in any meaningful way. Put it at the end if you're going to include it. And then for search, you're doing okay, but it could be better. It could be better. Try to rank 8 to 10 tags, and you don't have anything meaningful in the description aside from Whiskey Jason reviews, Elijah, like nope. Write an actual description for this, like it was an episode of a TV show. Write an actual description. This will perform better. I showed you guys how that works in Morning Fame. It makes a huge difference. So Whiskey Jason, that's your review. Study Common Man Cocktails. It will make a difference. Let's see. Oh, this is the one that I think we did earlier. I think I just duplicated that when we did that quickie review. So that we did that one earlier. Like Sabby, BGTV. So let's revisit you. Still think this channel artwork could be a little bit better because I don't like 5, 6 different fonts in things. It bugs me as a designer a lot. So that matters to me. Let's see what else is going on with the channel. You're doing pranks, social experiments, cultural commentary. 24,000 subscribers. Views seem to be a little low lately compared to what you normally do. You had stuff that was hitting big 4 months ago. So what happened? What happened? You're having trouble breaking through. Oh, well, just 2 weeks ago you had something go to 33K views. Maybe it takes time. You haven't done a lot of videos. Your stuff is growing off of some, for you, what I would call localized virality. Very complicated thing, like from a marketing standpoint. You're benefiting from localized virality, and you're benefiting from the fact you had a video that got almost 1 million views 6 months ago, and you've been riding on that, and you've been getting a couple of videos that knock it out of the park. Your stuff can be hit or miss. You're going for viral videos. I would say that you could keep doing that, but you also need to find a way to incorporate a sustainable channel strategy, because viral won't always work. Some months you can get a video that gets 500,000 views, clearly, but you can't always seem to do that. What was so special about this one that got it? Wow, the camera's out of focus. You're doing man on street style stuff, and you're doing reactions, and like, camera's out of focus. That's bothering me so much. Can't take it. Wow, the camera can't focus hunt. I don't know what camera that is. It's you need to figure out something that you could do on a regular basis that is sustainable, that will get views, and not only do the viral videos, but keep trying to do the viral videos. 90% of your subs did from that singular video. Yeah. You need to figure out a sustainable strategy, my friend. You need to figure out what else those same people, you need to figure out exactly who your audience is, or you need to figure out if you can manufacture viral videos. And you might be one of those people that would have to manufacture viral videos. You might not be able to do a consistent thing, but your stuff is so hit or miss that I understand that that's why you're not just like, it's rough. It's rough because of the nature of your channel and how you got your subscribers, but you do have some loyalty. You need to figure out what would bring people back regularly without it having to go viral, but you might need to put some underlying effort into manufacturing a true viral strategy that isn't predicated on luck. Find out what all your viral videos had in common, replicate that, so that you can make a viral video at least once a month for sure without fail. Because, as Anthony is saying, a viral video isn't a channel. And I wouldn't do these YouTube Q&As and these how to make a viral video things for you, because I think that's tanking your channel a little bit, because you're doing stuff that your audience doesn't care about. They want to see you make viral videos. They don't want you to theorize on how to make viral videos. And again, you're not doing viral videos every week and successfully, so it may not be time to tell people how to do that or to commentate on that. Just keep that in mind. Like, there's something to be said for, like, show don't tell. So that would be my advice here, is you need to figure out what is making your videos viral and be able to produce that more consistently than you currently are, and then your thing could grow and you would have something more sustainable. Trooper McTrooper. Okay, Trooper McTrooper. Thumbnail is, the channel artwork isn't the worst I've ever seen. Let's see. We're gonna go back to the thumbnails. Like, I think you used something from the YouTube channel, the YouTube starter kit for the nostalgia talk, but the problem is that you're putting text in a place where it isn't serving a purpose. So that's a design thing. You might be young, so it's like that's rough. Do you have any videos that are popping on the channel? Dragon Ball Z parody is working for you. Do more Dragon Ball Z parody. It looks like you have a lot of interest. If your thing was, if you're a younger person, you want to grow a channel, and you're saying that you're doing gameplays and stuff, the reality is that your audience overwhelmingly, look at what your audience cared about. Your audience didn't care about majority of your overall content. And that's rough, and that's hard to hear. Because look at the views. The numbers are in. If you want to grow, you found something you can do that does get you views in the thousands, even without having 1,000 subscribers. You can get views in the thousands and the tens of thousands. But it's when you tap into the Dragon Ball community that you're doing that, and it's when you do this style of thumbnail that's working. So if I was like a young YouTuber, if I was like a 16 or 17-year-old kid and I was trying to make it on YouTube for one reason or another, I would do what is working, and I would say, yeah, I might be interested in all these other things. I guess I make a different channel for that, and I focus on one thing on this channel that will grow because maybe I get some other opportunity later. So that's it. We closed Super Chat reviews, and I have my rules. And subscribing ain't cutting it for a Super Chat review. So someone offered that. It's like, read the rules. And by the way, we closed channel reviews. There's only one exception, and that's because someone donated $50 Canadian. So Babsy Media, you're in. But yeah, I made the rules for this last set of reviews for 2017. I made those rules clear. Also, I want to check on something real quick. I want to see how YouTube is handling the stream, because I know we had problems earlier. I hope it didn't make it a second stream. It should have been one bloody stream. Like, I'd be so ridiculously, like, upset if it's... Okay, I think we're all right. Yeah, I think it's still doing it as one stream. I think we're good. But yeah, let's look at Corey Jones. Corey Jones, fraternity and sorority advice and lifestyle videos. All right, that makes it really clear what it is. It's all about you, Corey. Good channel artwork, by the way. Nice. You got a little subscribe button. You got 3K subscribers. So, let's see. Getting some views. Nice thumbnails. Early thumbnails weren't great. Weren't the worst I've ever seen, though. But at some point, your thumbnails got better. You started tapping into the trend of what good YouTube thumbnails look like. Kudos. It could still be a little bit better. And again, if you want better thumbnails, guys, the YouTube Starter Kit, it's here for you. 100 thumbnails for $100. Well, not 100 thumbnails, 100 templates, channel artwork, thumbnails, all those things, $100, but until January 31st, 50% off. Links are in the description down below. But I bring it up because look at these thumbnails, and let's look at sorting by most popular. What thumbnails get you clicks? What thumbnails get you clicks? Okay, look at this thumbnail. It's got clicks. Some of these got clicks just because the YouTube play button is in it, and because there's a bunch of people who will just do that, which that's always been silly to me. That's always been annoying to me. But there are people who apparently click something if it has the YouTube logo in it. Whatever. But your titles are strong. And this is like, if you're going to try to build a channel around a personality, you can build a channel around personality around a subject or theme or topic. And with you being in a frat and the college experience, and like that works. Like that works. You've got something to tap into. You've got college kids as your audience. That makes sense. It makes so much sense. So you have a strong theme. What's your playlist strategy looking like? Your playlist strategy is thin, even though you have a bunch of content. Make more playlists. Like, narrow those playlists down. Make more playlists. It makes a difference. Don't make a bunch of them today, though. Like, make a playlist every other day until you've, like, fleshed out a bunch more playlists. And get your thumbnail game up a little bit more. But you're doing good on thumbnails, because look at this. You got, like, stuff with 4,000 views and stuff like that. But don't put vlog number 6 or vlog number 5. Do not, like, everybody from now on, and I know I used to do this in the very, very past, but like, never put vlog in the front of the title of a freaking video ever again. You're not allowed. I'm banning it. I'm putting a moratorium on putting vlog number 6, vlog number 3. No one cares. Like, in the front of a video ever again. Ever again. It's dead. Don't do it. It tanks the channel. It tanks the SEO. Nobody cares. If you put the title of the thing that's interesting first and then vlog number 5 or something at the end, that's fine. But I'm like actually not even interested in vlog number 5. I want you to make a show. If you're going to do a vlog, all of you, if you're going to do a vlog, stop calling it a vlog. Make your vlog a show. Make it your own thing. And then, like, make it its own name, like Daily V, Gary Vaynerchuk's vlog, Daily V. Okay, he has a vlog called Daily V. He had the Ask Gary V show. Like, you know, Philip DeFranco doesn't call his stuff vlogs anymore, but he did title the vlog The Vloggity. He made it different. He branded it. Brand your stuff. Vlog is the most generic thing in the world. But if you, like, you know, but if you had, like, Frat Fun episode 6, like Frat Fun ep 6, Frat Fun 32 or something, and I'm just throwing a name, like, then, like, that would make sense and give context, and it's like another, oh, this is episodic content, and then if it's in a playlist, or if it's seasons, like, cool, binge watching time, right? It's a show. Reverse engineer television. Reverse engineer Netflix. Reverse engineer Netflix. Channel reviews are closed, everybody. By the way, you aren't reading the rules. You're not reading the rules. I've got rules. They're in the description. I told everyone how, and I gave you guys, like, what, 3 days notice or something? Like, I told everyone how Super Chat reviews were going to go, and I told you I had rules, and they were in the description. There was no ambiguity here. So, yeah. Let's see. So, yeah, your channel could be improved with some strategy. You're doing all right, but also get rid of stuff that doesn't work. Please, please, please get rid of stuff that doesn't work. And I don't mean delete your videos. Do not delete videos that didn't get the views. If you want, if you feel like some of them are hurting your stats, unlist them, but don't delete videos because you lose valuable data. Not to mention that if you do too many at once, you're signaling stuff. Look at your social blade. You'll be signaling a loss of views and things like that to the algorithm. That could be very bad. If you do too many of them back to back. So only do that a little bit. But again, look at your most popular stuff and do more things that are similar to your most popular stuff. That will definitely help your channel. Let's look at your latest and see how you're doing. You're doing fine. View to subscriber wise, you're doing fine. Your audience is loyal, but clearly they didn't care about your office studio tour. You could have done that video, but you should have titled it something else, and you should have done a different thumbnail. And you see what your audience is into. Vlog, the famous NY pizza. Vlog, whenever you put vlog in a title, man, it's tanking. The vlogs aren't working, but if you use the same kind of titles that you've been using, and it's then still done in a vlog format, it would perform better. And if you branded it as a show, that could perform better. Frat Life, episode 6. Frat Life, episode 4. Frat Life, episode 10. Like, real talk. So, I mean, that's Corey. That's your answer, buddy. All right, after this, we got one more just because we got $50 Canadian super chat. Fun and Budget Act, and it says Travelers. All right, so the channel artwork's got to be better. Channel artwork's got to be better. You're doing something right as far as good quality content. I can tell a little bit from your thumbnails. You got almost 4,000 subscribers, so you're doing something right. Production values, from what I can tell, are fine. They're not anything to write home about, but they're fine. You got a drone for Christmas. Okay, cool. Might be overkill. But the Fun and Budget Act, but it's traveling. So, like, I need you to do a channel artwork that makes some sense for me and tell me that you're traveling on a budget and that you're doing some things that are financial advice. And again, if you're going to do vlogs, you, like, leading with Vlogmas in the title seems like a YouTuber thing to do and a trending thing to tap into. I get it. Put it to the end of the title, guys. I'm telling you, you will do better. Because then you're creating context if you want to tap into Vlogmas traffic, but you're hurting the other stuff by leading with it. Tesla software update. You're not doing bad on views considering the subscribers and the lack of clarity and consistency. You have your created playlist, but I would make more featured playlists on the channel. Like, I mean, you see what I've done with that. Putting more playlists on the channel, like, and making everything clear and branding it makes a big difference. So I would look at how you can do that on your channel because, that matters. Your thumbnails aren't bad and you're using photography, but it's not telling a story. Instagram, if you're going to do photo-driven thumbnails, you can't just take scenes out of the video and do that. You need to do a photo shoot. Look at what Philip DeFranco's people are doing with their vlogs. Look at Instagram. If it wouldn't make a good Instagram photo and you're going to do a YouTube thumbnail as a photo and you wouldn't post that just as is to Instagram and feel good about that, do not make it your YouTube thumbnail. If you're going to do a photo, it's got to be an Instagram-worthy photo to be a YouTube thumbnail. New rule. So we got one more, and that's going to be Babsy Media. And I'm really curious about this channel, too, because it has media in it. So I'm wondering if you're a social media person. Yeah, production values could be better. Yep, production values could be better. Channel artwork could be infinitely better. This is definitely a candidate and a case for the YouTube starter kit. Thumbnails too. Let's look at it. Thumbnails, yup. Another channel that can be saved with the YouTube starter kit. That's why I made this product. I was going to do a YouTube course just like my homies, and then I saw all you guys' thumbnails and channel artwork, and I was like, I need to make the YouTube starter kit so that you guys who are not great at Photoshop or photography can just still get thumbnails that will get clicks and get channel artwork that will make your channel look professional and worth subscribing to. So again, links are down in the description. I know, I keep plugging it, but look at how much it would make a difference easily. Like, this could easily be so much better, just like that, and it would help. I don't know how many subscribers you got. It's fine to hide subscribers when you're new or when you don't have 100 yet. I wouldn't worry about it too much, but for some people it's discouraging, or they think it matters and that people won't subscribe if they have a low number. I don't believe that's true, and I have not seen evidence to suggest that's true. You've been doing YouTube a while. But I'm seeing a lack of consistency in, like, in the title, like, you have all this Babsy, but like, you're not a personality just yet. So I don't think that works. These thumbnails weren't bad back in the day, and they did get like 1,000 views. Your current thumbnails, they're not the worst thumbnails I've ever seen, like I said, but and I don't know whether these are good views for your subscriber count because the subscriber count's hidden, but what I would say is if you have more than 100 subscribers, you should just show your subscriber count at this point because it's probably fine. You're getting views. I think that better thumbnails would go a long way. I think thumbnails that tell a story go a long way, but I can't tell what your channel is about. I don't understand what your channel is about. Even with the playlist, I can't understand what the channel is about. I'm assuming that it's a vlog. And so if I can't tell what your channel is about as a viewer, it makes things really hard to be consistent. And even for me giving you advice, it's hard because I can't understand what the channel is about. So again, I would say that you have to find a consistent theme. I would say that you have to find something that you have as a niche. People seem to like your personality because they keep watching, but I would say that you need to make it obvious why to watch this channel and why to subscribe to it. Eric Wade, brother, you said you're doing more top chens. Awesome. Polymia, $10 for whatever your currency is. No channel review. Just wanted to say thank you for the inspiration, energy you've given me since I got out of depression this year, learning to build my website. All the best in 2018. Thank you so much. That's super nice. I appreciate that. So, yeah. So, guys, that's it for the YouTube channel reviews. That is all the YouTube channel reviews for 2017. Oh, we got through that. So that's super interesting. Those were a lot of interesting, different, and unique channels. We did like 20 plus, I think 20, 22, because I think we did like 2 quick ones. Like, so we did 20 or 21 channel reviews. So that's interesting. We got through that in a decent-ish amount of time. I showed you guys some different tools. I showed you guys TubeBuddy, Morning Fame, Social Blade, vidIQ, and how I use all these things to research and to figure out the stats and figure out what would make a video perform a little bit better, or how it's doing, or evaluate it. So we learned a lot there. We got to talk a little bit about what might grow your channel in 2018, because I did the early stuff where, like, for 45 minutes I just answered your questions. So, like, guys, this is the last live stream, the last super chat of 2017. We made it. So next year is going to be lit. Next year I'm going to be doing a lot of interesting things. If you guys aren't following me over on Instagram, Roberto Blake at Instagram, all one word, I'm going to be doing my giveaways for 2018 over on Instagram. We're not doing them on YouTube, but my giveaways will be merch, and they will be books that I recommend for business and for marketing. So I'm going to be starting with Gary Vaynerchuk's book, Crushing It, which is going to be amazing. I ordered 10 of those. So if you're not on my Instagram and you're not on my notification squad on Instagram, you're going to end up missing out on a lot of cool stuff. That's also where I'll be announcing things like discounts when I do like discounts on the YouTube starter kit, things of that nature. 2018, we're doing more with the podcast. I've lined up a lot of interviews for the podcast. We're going to get that up to weekly for the Create Something Awesome Today podcast in iTunes, Google, Stitcher, SoundCloud. We're going to be rocking that out in 2018. I'm going to be doing a ridiculous amount of traveling. It's a good thing I've got new cameras, because that's going to be fun. And we're going to be doing more tech and unboxing stuff a lot more on the channel, because I have a lot of gear to get through to recommend for your business, and a lot of camera gear to get through. You're going to be seeing a lot more how to make money online videos, because I want you guys to be successful. And again, you're not going to do it with YouTube ad revenue. Sorry, you're just not. 100,000 views, and to get $130 for most of you who aren't in the premium ad tier, yeah, you're not going to make money on YouTube that way. So you might need to make money online, doing other things, selling products, selling services, doing affiliate marketing, selling merchandise. It's going to be more practical for you. You'll make money faster anyway doing that. So something to look forward to in 2018. So now you understand a little bit of what some of my content is going to be for the new year. New year! New year, new gear. It's going to be fun. Also, after a few videos that have been pre-recorded in this setup, I will be moving. You guys won't notice a lot of difference, because same bookshelf, same desk, same product review table, different house. You guys won't notice the difference. Not by much anyway. So yeah, things to look forward to. Another quick reminder. One of the things that would vastly improve your YouTube channel, because it matters, besides using TubeBuddy, discount for 20% off TubeBuddy in the description, TubeBuddy.com/awesome. Discount code's Roberto's Buddy, 20% off. That will help you optimize your channel. Grab the free version of vidIQ. Get Morning Fame. I have a link in the description down below for that. Like, these tools will help you. But for those of you who struggle to make your channel look good and make your channel look professional, I built my own tool. I built the YouTube starter kit. I did like a lot of work in Photoshop. Like, I'm a monster in Photoshop. You guys already know that. Like, I do like really good Photoshop thumbnails for my own YouTube channel. And what I did was I built out templates, even for stuff like live streaming, like what I have going on my channel. I built out templates in YouTube, like for you guys to be able to use via Photoshop. And I built something that I think the far majority of you can benefit from, because I did like 100 different templates. I did channel artwork, I did thumbnails, I did lower thirds, I did some other graphics. I did a lot of this stuff so that all you end cards, so that no matter what level you're at, you could go ahead and make something that looks good enough for somebody to click on. So you get 100 templates and a bunch of other resources for $99 until the end of January. It was going to be the end of this month, the end of the year, but I extended it for you guys, the end of January. until the end of January, you get 50% off if you use the discount code that's linked in the description. That is the only time it's going to be 50% off. It will never be 50% off ever again. This is the cheapest this product will ever be. And I did this so that you guys can be competitive in YouTube, because you can make great videos, you can optimize them all you want, but if the thumbnail isn't worthy of getting clicked, you will not get views and you will not get subscribers. And we all know in the early days of YouTube, the thing that I did really well was my thumbnails and my SEO. My on-camera presence wasn't that good. The video quality itself wasn't even anything to write home about. The audio could have been much better. It's the thing that pissed me off the most. And my editing is still minimalist to this day. I don't do a lot of fancy animations. I don't even do a fancy intro. So overwhelmingly, what got me where I am is that I mastered SEO, using tools. I was good at SEO all the time, but then later I found TubeBuddy and vidIQ and now Morning Fame, and I've used other tools. And then the fact that I had really good thumbnails that could get me clicks, and that for me, I was a subject matter expert. For a lot of you, you have a personality or you can tap into trends. So I think that a lot of you could just do better if you could get more clicks, and you can get more clicks if you have better thumbnails, because that's what's competitive and it matters. And it's a secret. Click-through rates are a secret metric in YouTube. You'll never see it in your analytics, but it matters. So again, my advice for you guys, do the best you can. And if you can't afford the YouTube starter kit, even with 50% off, even though you've got a whole month to figure it out, better photography, staging that instead of just taking a snippet out of your videos will go a long way toward you getting more views. Better photography. If it's Instagram worthy photography, it could be good for a thumbnail for YouTube, and that would help you. So if you can't buy the YouTube starter kit, and if and again, you don't need Photoshop. It's $10 a month for Photoshop. You should be able to handle that. But if not, GIMP is free and Affinity Photo is $50. But failing that, either use your smartphone or use a camera that you have to film your YouTube videos and take really good thumbnail photos. Peter McKinnon's thumbnails, that helped him grow a YouTube channel to $1 million in a year, he's a professional photographer. You may not be a professional photographer, but you can figure it out. And you can watch his videos or my videos and you can figure that out. And it will make a big difference. So again, I want to encourage you guys to just pay more attention to thumbnails, pay more attention to things like your YouTube channel artwork. When you can, get your production values up, but the thumbnails will make a difference. Adobe Spark is also free, sure, and Canva is also free, but, that matters. Oh, some of you are asking my Instagram handle. My Instagram handle is @Roberto Blake. You can just type in my name. So that's something that I would definitely encourage you guys to do if you're trying to step up in YouTube. But I also want to keep reminding you about the practicality I talk about. I talk about creative entrepreneurship and how to build an online business on this channel. YouTube is just one part of that. YouTube for me is a very lucrative side hustle. Are you a full-time YouTuber? Do you live off of YouTube? No, I could. I make more money than the average American in this country. The average American in this country, the median salary of Americans is $40,000 a year. I make a lot more than that on YouTube, but I make even more than that on my real business. And so I make more on that on my coaching business. I make more than that with my products. I make more than that with my services. I make more than that with my consulting for corporate clients, teaching them stuff. And I do pretty good with public speaking. Ideally, public speaking will beat YouTube in 2018 for me for revenue. And I'm releasing a book next year. Maybe I make more money on the book. Maybe being a best-selling author makes me more money than YouTube videos. But my point is that the age of making it just on YouTube and putting YouTube first and YouTube only and getting millions of views and subscribers is what makes you a living. Those days are gone after the adpocalypse. It's not reliable. And even if you made it, YouTube could change the rules and then 60-70% of your income could disappear overnight because you didn't build a real business or you didn't have other forms of passive income. I have so many diverse forms of passive income that as much as I would never want my YouTube stuff to go away, I would still have a six-figure business without YouTube if it went away tomorrow, which I hope it would never happen, but I would be okay. I would survive. I'm tripling down to my podcast in 2018 specifically to insulate my brand and have another vehicle for my brand that's not YouTube. And I have 2 secret channels that I'm working on as well. So instead of worrying about getting 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I'm worried about making as much money in as many different ways as possible that fit my personality, fit the goals that I have, and then help as many people as I can with the skills that I can provide. So I'm making sure I'm successful in YouTube in spite of doing things that could make me a much bigger YouTuber because I don't believe in it. Like, I love YouTube and I believe in YouTube, but I don't believe that being a big YouTuber will make my life better. I think that building a bigger business and something that solves real problems and building a personal brand and being a better not only executioner, a better motivational speaker, growing Instagram and motivational positivity content there, doing real workshops and helping small business owners. I think all of those things will make my life better, will make me more financially successful than if I got 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I guarantee it. So, again, to each their own. There are reasons you might want to grow a YouTube channel. I get it. Not all of you want to build a business. Some of you want to grow in a community and you admire other YouTubers and you have a voice here and this is the first place you found acceptance. I get it. So approach it as practically as possible and don't put all of your eggs in one basket and rely on it. Now, if you are watching this and you're between 15 and 22 years old, for 5 years, maybe you could get away with if you're 20 something, maybe only for 3 years. If you're under 20 and you're watching this, you can afford to spend 3 to 5 years focusing on nothing but YouTube and school. You can do that if you're under 20, or right now, if you're 20 or under right now, you can spend the next 3 to 5 years trying to be a big YouTuber and using that as leverage to become an actor or actress or build a brand or get exposure and you can do that. And if it doesn't work out, you still have leverage and networking experience and contacts in the real world from doing that could work for you, which is why some of the biggest YouTubers are okay that did that, but it's not something that if you're over 25, I think is practical to do today. I think putting YouTube first if you're over 25 and the effort you'd have to make to do that could be devastating. I think that only certain people will pull it off with certain skill sets, but I think if you're under 20, then you could do that. If you're financially stable and you could, like, if you're 16 and you work at McDonald's, maybe you would make more money figuring out online entrepreneurship, not just YouTube, but I like figuring out if you're 16 and you can do YouTube videos, guess what? And you have a decent camera, you could be shooting weddings as a second shooter and make a couple $100 a weekend, and that's better than working at McDonald's. And you could spend the time you would spend working at McDonald's learning real skills, learning the internet, learning coding, learning photo editing, and you could make money as a freelancer online. There's so much more money. If you're working minimum wage, YouTube will not help you quit your day job, but learning how to be a freelancer, learning how to be a graphic designer, learning how to be a photographer on the weekends, learning how to be a freelance writer and make like $200 an article, that could do it. If you're working minimum wage, that could beat minimum wage easily. If you learn how to build a digital product around a skill, because like you shouldn't sell an online course if you're not savvy on something, but you could sell digital products and downloads. If you have a real skill like illustration, you could make art bundles and make a fortune right now. If you are good at Instagram flat lays, you could make a fortune right now, or at least enough money to quit your day job or to replace your day job or to double your income. So again, I want to triple down on making you guys do that. YouTube's a vehicle that helps those things. I don't think that YouTube is a destination, it's a vehicle. And too many of you are making YouTube the end all be all, but cool. If you're under 20, and you want to go all in on YouTube, try it and see what happens. Maybe you're a magical unicorn. Maybe you make it. Or maybe you have the consistency. Maybe you have the chops. Maybe. So, that would be my advice. Katie asked a question about if I was trying to get more leads for our graphic design business on YouTube. Is YouTube still a viable way of getting eyeballs on your site? It can be if you're positioning the videos to be client focused and not for other graphic designers. That's the answer. What about people who are over 25? If you're over 25, YouTube could be a good side hustle for you, and you could make it a part-time job, and it could eventually become something that could replace your full-time income. But you better build that on the back of a skill and a real business that doesn't rely on ad revenue if you're over 25. And you should be using it as leverage to build a brand or build a company. So that's what I would say. So that's it for this one, guys. I'm starving as usual. Whenever I do these videos, I always end up into, oh, I'm hungry now. And we've been at this for almost 3 hours. So guys, Happy New Year. I'm going to go. There's other videos that I'll be editing this weekend to get out for you, especially going into New Year. I'm going to try and edit enough videos to compensate for the move, plus the fact that I'm going to be at CES. That's already going to be hectic doing those things back to back. Whatever, I'll figure it out. I'll live. But guys, thank you so much for all the super chats. Thank you for everybody who did channel reviews. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for a wonderful 2017. We're going to crush it in 2018. The Great Awesome Community is the best fam on YouTube. Suck it, Logang. I still appreciate Logan Paul. I'm going to buy some merch. But no, this fam is the best fam on YouTube. I don't care what anyone says. We are the best. Number one. We're the best around. No one's ever gonna take you down. Like, I'm an 80s kid, so I'm gonna do stuff like that. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the new year. Follow me over on Instagram at Roberto Blake. I'm doing live streams and stuff over there. I'm doing daily motivation content over there. I really want the Instagram to go to 10K so I can get the swipe up going and really do a lot more with the giveaways. That's gonna make life easier. So, guys, support the Instagram, support the gram. And don't forget, go out there, create something awesome today. Remember, links as always are in the description down below. Discount codes, all kinds of goodies, free information, updates on the YouTube algorithm. There's so many resource links in the description. It's ridiculous. Take advantage of it. All right, guys, I will see you. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Wishing you nothing but success. Take care.